my fans.
Oh,
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marco.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me.
Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still in the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You never know what is a star like under the city, the driver's side floor. Just like a large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, cute as could be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Ay, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Marcos, turn that music. Turn it down. It's too loud.
Okay,
Very
dude.
sensitive right now. Nah, I just.
Yeah, you ain't show up to work today.
That's funny coming from you, but I mean, this is, this.
I just wanted to be on the same page.
This is-
I just wanted us to be on the same page.
I don't know. Oh, you're gonna really ruin Cat Fever because I told you yesterday I wasn't coming in. First of all, and second, yesterday when we left, you're like, "You coming in?" I'm like, "Nah, not tomorrow." And all of a sudden, when are you, Mr. Studio? Like, when all of a sudden are you like, what are you getting season tickets to the studio all of a sudden? 2 days in a row. You got to admit, I should be surprised.
They offered me Audacy points.
Oh, do we still have our heist going on? I can't even remember.
Nah.
That's
Nah,
okay.
we lost our mojo on that one for sure. Can we get back to the bit?
I don't feel good.
Oh, yeah. Bark off. Couple goals, bark off.
Whoa, man, that sounded serious, dude.
Yeah, and
I'm serious.
I heard to do this, I gotta avoid some type of foods. I might need to punch some pasta in the face.
Oh,
he's gonna be up Tkachuk all night because he's got cat fever. Man, a double beat down. Beat you on the ice, then beat your ass on the ice.
Oh, yeah.
That's tough. Hey, you give up 6 goals, and then you get your brains beat in? That's tough. That's tough, Leroy.
I was literally amazed at the melee that took place once the game got out of hand.
Yeah. Hockey.
It didn't matter how good you were. Somebody was swinging at somebody.
Well, it was great that Tkachuk
and that's Tkachuk's playpen.
Tkachuk was
Like,
so
come on into my room, guys. We'll play.
Tkachuk was so mad that he wasn't in initial melee. He goes,
Right.
Hey, pasta, come out to play. And then he whooped him.
You know that movie.
Oh, the Warriors? Of course.
Yeah.
Classic.
The
It's
Warriors?
a classic, but it really doesn't. It's really not a good movie.
It's not really a good movie.
It's not really a good movie. It is so cheesy and corny.
It was funny. I ended up watching that movie because they started talking about it back, like, Hogman and Zazzle were talking about the Warriors. I'm like, what the hell is the Warriors?
Oh, yeah.
And I ended up getting it, like, I think on Apple Movie, or I had to like download it from the iTunes store back in the day. Ooh. And it was on this raggedy. So I watched it on my laptop, and then Castleberry was supposed to set up a screening. He never did.
Makes sense.
We were supposed to go watch it with the
You
fans.
don't even know Castleberry.
No, they said he's a liar.
Well,
I don't know who Castleberry is.
he was Len before Len.
Oh, Len before time.
Len before Len. And Leroy's initial co-host of Tea Time before me.
Yeah.
Oh, Castleberry.
Yep. But anywho, man, that was great. What a complete turnaround. Because I gotta tell you, I wasn't feeling great after going down 1-0 in the first period. I'm like, oh,
and you know what I thought? You know what I thought? It's funny that you should say that.
Okay.
I thought the exact opposite.
Really?
I'm like, oh, we got the first goal last game. Oh, we're gonna beat them down.
Interesting. Yeah, I was like,
right, and it's
gotta get a little mojo
the
going.
Same exact thing happened.
Killed them. Just absolutely throttled them in little shifty shift with old Paul Maurice.
I was listening to Joe driving in, and he was talking to Bob Wischusen, right? B-Dub. Oh, B-Dub. We go way back.
Old shoes.
Yeah. And he was like, it's the only sport where you could play 82 games with a certain lineup. In 2 games in 2 games into the playoffs, the coach says, I'm gonna tinker.
Yep.
Like, oh,
Think Paul Maurice would have any problems benching Tyler Hero after one stinker?
No,
He'd be like, get out of here, kid.
no, but that's
and they go to him. They're like, hey, what's the deal? And he goes, we're -3 over the last with this line. They stink. Switching it up on Paul Maurice.
But here's the thing about other sports, right? In hockey, you're changing lines, but you're not necessarily changing minutes, right? 'Cause they all play, right? So if you've been struggling with a certain line, it's not like you're not going to have an opportunity to redeem yourself, right? Whereas in some sports, you lose your job and the other guy comes in, you're warming some pine, or your minutes are restricted. So, I mean, like, what do you say? The Panthers' best line is their 4th line.
They've been
right. So
they've been the fact that they ran Swayman after like it was this guy hottest goalie in the playoffs.
That was a quick rip, wasn't it?
Quick rip, dude. You want to know why? Panthers are living rent free in their head already. Oh, come on, dude. You come back from them 3-1. The ghosts all of a sudden they start coming back.
The coach probably said 7 games in a row. He's never done that. Let's get him out.
Well, I guess
I don't know.
Not everybody's built for the moment. Not everybody's built for the moment. Let's get to our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center.
What?
Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford. Oh, it's looking.
We know trucks.
All right. Let's hear from Mathew Tkachuk after the win.
Team them we played first round style, kind of sort of everything. So, but for the most part, we had a pretty solid start. You're able to get the first goal, which is always big. But then, I don't even know if it was take the foot off the gas, but we just.
I think this is last.
Wait a minute. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Wow.
I was just
-1.
Yes.
My bad. I'll get it for us. Don't worry.
No, don't my bad. God forbid.
I
do something
literally
wrong,
said
man.
my bad. Well, if you'd be like,
Oh,
where is it?
boy,
Look at me, Frog Boy.
Frog boy, how about you get the
come
current
on. Be a professional,
game? Be a
Frog boy.
professional.
My
It's
bad.
probably got the date on it too.
My bad. I said my bad. Goodness gracious.
And
This
plus,
is
how
good.
I know there's no interview that's going to start without asking about the fight.
Yeah,
Forget the win.
that's why we all realized it was not the right
Right.
one.
Especially when you said we scored first.
Yeah. Okay. Congratulations. You're a detective.
My
We've
favorite-
all established it wasn't the right one.
Wait.
Whoa!
Jeez Louise.
Shit. Marcos.
Wow.
Sensitive.
Let's hear from the guy who got his face beat in. This is
Oh, we can hear from him too.
Pasta, who says he's not afraid of Tkachuk.
We are in the game. It's a lot of emotions, and I mean, I'm not afraid of him. I can take a punch, and I do anything for these guys here.
Yeah.
David, you said you haven't done.
You took quite the ass kicking, is what you did. Congratulations on using your face as a catcher's mask.
I mean, the funny thing is they basically made all of the Panthers seem like little Tkachuks. Like they draw more penalties than any team in hockey, right?
Yeah.
So they all just
I mean,
a whole
Nick-
bunch of antagonists.
Nick Cousins was sitting there. He's just antagonizing the whole game. You're like, oh, that's going to turn into something. He starts
Right.
kicking, and then all hell breaks loose.
Right.
It's how it's going to roll. Man, lit their ass up like a Christmas tree yesterday.
Once it
Goosies.
gets to a certain score, though,
Hmm?
once it gets to a certain score, it's almost like you're playing a different style of hockey after that, right? Because,
Yeah.
like,
I mean, like they were definitely adding. They were pouring it on.
Good, as they should.
Absolutely.
My fear is this: like, if you're a Bruins fan and your backup gives up 3 goals too, now you're really lost. Which one of these guys do I play?
Doesn't
Which
matter.
is why you had to do what you had to do.
The
You
cats
take your
do.
foot
The
off
cats.
pedal.
The cats took the reins back. That's what they did.
Exactly.
And by the way, everybody's sitting here being like, "Oh, Pasta, we'd be so proud." Like the dude had to go up to his coach. He goes, "Coach, please, can I scrap with him, please?" Hey, what are you, a man or a mouse, Pasta? Get out there if Tkachuk. Don't ask for permission to fight. Fight. Well, I mean, get throttled is what happened. Did you see how proud Papa Tkachuk was?
Oh,
Wait, he looked like he had just gotten out of a brawl, right?
That's just where the Tkachuks live. The Tkachuks live in a brouhaha.
Kachucks fighting Kachucks fighting everybody. The fighting Kachucks.
Yep.
mm.
As it should be. As it should be. Goosies, dude. Take a break. We'll hear more from the action from the locker room last night. Back after this.
Goosies galore.
WQAM broadcasting.
Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy take you up until 2 here on the program. Panthers win last night 6-1 over the Boston Bruins. And it was an entertaining game. Paul Maurice said if you paid your money last night, you got more than your money's worth between all the goals, all the fights. It must have been it must have been an incredible atmosphere to go to. Incredible atmosphere last night in the Cats barn.
Be back Friday.
Cat fever is spreading.
Next week.
Yeah, they'll be back next week. Time to go up to that hellhole in Boston, where they haven't been very good, by the way. Just like their basketball brethren have not been very good on that court.
Well, that's just this year.
Last year too, though. Last year too, they were struggling. So
I mean, they came back from 3-1. They had to win.
Huh?
Didn't they come back from when they down 3-1 last year against the Bruins?
The Panthers, yeah.
The Panthers, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So they had to at some point be good there.
Okay. The Cats, though, here's some goal calls from last night. Doug Plagens, Panthers get down 1-0. They even things up in the second period. Steven Lorentz, he lights the lamp for the Panthers.
Arena. Down to our right, handled by the goaltender Schwayman. While they're sprint up the boards, held in Montour. Tip, they score! The Panthers are on the board. This game is tied at 1. Steven Lawrence out in front of the net. Looks like he got a piece of that one. And the Panthers tied up less than 2 minutes into the second period.
Goosies. And they would never look back, Leroy.
Goosies.
Nope. They would never look back because then the captain, he decides to get in on the scoring action. Barkey, he puts them up 2-1.
Head flat. Over on the far corner, Beecher on him. Barkov comes away with it in front. Here's Reinhardt, a shot, and the save made a rebound. They score! It was poked in front. There was traffic in front of the goal. The Panthers take the lead. It's 2-1. It looked like it was poked home out in front by Barkov. He got the stick on that.
Oh.
He almost had to reach back to get that one. It was like I'm like, wow.
You know what I loved in all the fights? Because Barkov's not a fighter. Very nice man. He was like, whoever he was tied up with on the Bruins, he goes, hey. Just stand here, huh? No need to.
No. You ever done that on the basketball court? The only other guy that's not running?
Like, hey,
come on.
You
get it.
Just make it look like we're doing something here, huh?
Right.
And then
let's just hold our arms extended and shake every now and then.
Let's just stand here. But then to really put the momentum in the Cats' favor, Gustav Forsling with an absolute snipe right at the end of the second period, 92 miles an hour. Here's Gustav Forsling putting the Cats up 3-1.
Montour near point, keeps it in long drive. It's wide off the end boards. Lively bounce. Anton Lundell to the point. Forsling. A shot. He scores! Gus Forsling beat the buzzer, and the Panthers take a 3-1 lead. Gus Forsling with a rocket from the left point with 0.3 seconds on the clock here in the second, and the Panthers lead by a pair.
Oh, that was good.
The game, it was identical to what happened in game one, except the other way. Because they scored right before the second period ended. Same thing, except for the third period.
The old reverse beatdown. The only thing that you got added to it was some extracurriculars, Leroy. We saw some extracurriculars in this game. And,
this is when we need old boy from what's his name? Does football in Harlan.
Oh, Harlan? Oh,
Harlan called a hockey fight.
God, they should. I'm sure there's got to be a time in his life Harlan has done hockey. Like, they got to get Harlan on after. It's like, enough of this NBA nonsense, Harlan. Get out there, call some Panthers games.
Oh my goodness.
But Doug Plagens, he has the call of the Tkachuk beat down on Pasta. Here was Doug Plagens on the call last night.
Oh, here we go. Pasternak is going to go.
The gloves are up at center.
Pasternak
It's Tkachuk and Pasternak. Here we go at center ice. They lock horns. And Mathew Tkachuk dropped him to the ice with a rapid fire of right hands. And now the officials separate them, and Pasternak wants to get after Mathew Tkachuk after the linesmen have already taken care of this. Mathew Tkachuk absolutely lit him up in the neutral zone.
Those two players were talking at length, and I'm surprised Pasternak was involved with a heavy altercation before this with Reinhardt behind the bench, and there was a talk when they were sorting all the penalties. Tkachuk and Pasternak were going at it right in front of the penalty box, just jawing at each other, and the first time that they were able to step off the boards and get together, Pasternak was the one that initiated it. He threw everything on the ice, gloves, sticks. It was gone, and Tkachuk jumped over, and it was on. And that second punch,
Well, he ate
from
a
Tkachuk.
whole round of right hands.
Yeah, that second punch by Tkachuk cut Pasternak pretty clean. And Big Walt Tkachuk, his dad, up in the stands, taking this all in. Used to seeing this from his boys.
I'll tell you what,
Matthew and Brady.
let him have it there. Holy cow, he let him have it.
Keith Tkachuk has raised a couple of mean sons. He played that way himself.
Sons of Tkachuk.
I can't even imagine what that household was like growing up.
Brady,
I want the last Pop-Tart. No, I want it.
Boys, we know how to do this. Drop the gloves.
You know when your dad is Big Tkachuk, that's something, right? Oh, Big Tkachuk is proud. Could you imagine? That's like playtime, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you want to do today? You want to play hide and seek? No. Let's play a hockey fight.
You see these accusations. This is a tweet from one of the Bruins fans. Throwing punches after a guy is down is completely gutless coward crap.
No, it's
Get
called
out of here.
You know what it's
Better
called?
balance.
Making a point. Making a point. You want to come over here with that? Here's
Yeah.
what you're gonna get.
Have an extra shot while you're down. Like, hey, dude, are we gonna fight or not fight? It's not like he punched his face on the ice. His chin was still there. This is not like an illegal knee while he's down. I'm sure Dana White, who was probably watching his bees get beat down in Las Vegas, I'm sure that he tuned in. He goes, Tkachuk, you can scrap. Might want to sign him up. Montour too. I mean, gets the final goal for the Gets, but I mean, like, look at him, like, right in Marchand's face yesterday.
Somebody said if NBA players threw down like hockey, they're resulting to thuggery, except one small problem. Not that many black people playing hockey, so they probably wouldn't use those terms. Hey,
What would they call it?
hey,
Shenanigans.
hey,
Hooligans.
hey. Y'all
Yeah.
know it's right. Like it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy what I'm saying, but
It's happened before already. Unless it's the Hurricanes. Then it's if the Miami Hurricanes are doing it, then it's always thuggery.
oh, yeah.
Also, it's one of these things where it's like, what do we got going on in the NBA now? Throwing a heating pad.
Man,
Jamal,
I'm gonna tell you something. I saw Rick Carlisle lose it. He never loses it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say, from whatever he said afterwards, there has to be some validity to it.
Yeah.
That he earned that from me because he don't ever lose it.
It's a classic game 2 move too. If you feel like you're losing the officiating battle, it's a classic. You got to turn the tide going back home. You'll probably get a little home cooking anyway. Maybe
They
get a
take
little.
they take a dump at the end of both of these games. They just I can't explain Indiana. Like, here's it. Tell me if I'm wrong. Did you not think that because Indiana's young and because OKC's young, that their two series will look very similar in that they're going to stay after it, but when it gets down to crunch time, they're very young and haven't been in these situations that maybe they would struggle a little bit? That's what a lot of people thought with OKC.
I mean, OKC hasn't been in many close games so far. They've
Right,
been
but
knocking the socks off everybody.
Right, but then the thing with Indiana is like all through the season they said, "Hey, these guys are run and gun and score, and that doesn't win championships." And that's where we are.
Yeah, and the Knicks have been able to. I think that people are getting a little annoyed too because the Knicks have pulled out a lot of these thrillers. Basically every one of their games has come down to the wire.
Right.
And they're feeling like they're getting the benefit of the call. The refs are getting influenced by the Knicks crowd. So Rick Carlisle's going to do what's in his back pocket, and that's get fined $25,000, but whine about the refs.
Yeah, 25.
I respect it.
I'll take the 25 grand.
I respect it.
5-6 a year.
You got to try and do what you can do.
Yeah.
To do that. I will say, did you guys see Jamal Murray yesterday with the whole very snippy about the whole situation?
Nuggets, dude. Those Nuggets when they're not.
They're starting to crack a little bit.
Wait. Are you saying the Nuggets are front runners?
No, they're just not all when it's not all roses and flowers.
Wait, little adversity is bringing down the house.
It's very interesting to see. Very interesting to see how they're acting with all this adversity starting to get thrown in their face. Everybody's like, "Oh, next dynasty," and now all of a sudden you have Ant-Man throwing a wrinkle into your plans. And I don't know. Seems like Jamal Murray's pretty frustrated.
He's throwing more than a wrinkle.
Oh,
because I don't think Jamal Murray has ever had anybody like Ant-Man in front of him. Right? He was either taller or quicker or whatever. But that dude, oh my goodness.
Honestly, it's a really well-built roster. Kudos to Alex Rodriguez. I know he must have been so hard at work to bring in all those people and not get the team sold to him. Sucks for him, of course. But I don't know, man. They seem to have found the formula for the Nuggets.
I think, listen, not for nothing. I think the league is going big again. Remember, there was positionless basketball, but if you look around at all the mooses in the paint,
yeah,
right? Like
where
every team has that guy. Now, I would say the exception is Indiana because my man he prefers not to be in the paint.
Who, Miles Turner?
Miles Turner.
He'll block a shot.
He'll block a shot. But
yeah,
but if you look around, if you watch that game,
yeah,
Miles Turner.
Kind of reminds me of Bam.
No, Bam will get down in there.
Bam's a better defender, very clearly.
He'll get down in there, though. Miles Turner, he's always by the three-point line.
There's Jamal Murray being a whiner yesterday.
Wow.
I take everything full responsibility, so on to the next.
Was it just your frustration boiled over? Is that what happened?
Yeah, on to the next. I mean, there's not much, 2 days ago, not much for me to say about it right now.
Were there any conversations that you had with people or anything just to kind of like apologize or whatever, maybe take this?
Do you have any basketball questions? No.
I mean, hey man, you played shot put from the bench. Excuse me if I've got more than one. Do we have any basketball questions? Yeah. Were you relieved that you didn't get suspended for playing tic-tac-toe with the officials?
No.
I would say
you were playing.
Here, I would say this. That's not being snippy.
Okay, dude.
But no. Here's why. Here's why. He really didn't give any attitude with it.
Really?
Right? All the questions. No, that's not attitude, dude. That's not. You've seen athletes give attitude.
Dude, he was
like, you've seen that. Stop making more of it than what it is.
I got a question, Jamal.
He wasn't snippy with that.
Hey,
he merely
Jamal,
just asked the question.
No, Jamal, I don't have a basketball question. I have a question. Do you have a future in cornhole after this?
Okay. What else? Can I ask you a question? What else should Jamal Murray say?
I'm sorry?
He did. He said, I take full responsibility for what I did. And did he? Yes, that's his exact words.
Is that responsibility?
Was it genuine?
It is what it is.
Oh,
what was it? What was going?
You feel
what was going through your mind?
I don't know. He just
who cares?
Any emotion.
He got the penalty. He got okay, move on.
Was a pretty big penalty.
Yeah,
$100,000.
He is a little snippy though. Have they been up 2-0? I guarantee he answers that question differently.
Or if they were up 2-0, he wouldn't have thrown it in the first place.
That's fair.
Okay,
but let's say it was a crazy dunk he was celebrating and he threw it, not out of frustration. But for some reason,
did you pretend that was a water balloon or a grenade? What was your style there? Just curious.
He went underhand. If he'd have gone overhead, he would have blew out his hammy like Leroy.
It is what it is. It is.
You weren't there for that. Huh?
I was actually one of my first events. I was the guy in charge of the keg. Yeah, picked him up from Funky Buddha. Early exit for you.
Yeah. No, I stayed long.
Yeah, well, long.
I stayed throughout. Here's what happened at that party. Robbie almost took out the GM.
Love that.
She wanted to play catch, and he was playing Dan Marino.
He was
right. He was throwing
a real chooch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tobin was in the back by the creek chasing iguanas.
Hot out. They had their speed feet on.
Okay.
And I took the mic from the mic guy and said Leroy is out and dropped the mic and left.
I do remember that. Yeah. I need to set up another Olympics though, because I need to see if Tobin can pick someone off at first. I can't remember what it was exactly in regards to baseball. I think we
said from third to first is what we said.
Third to first. Can he also field a punt?
Easy.
Right.
Yeah. So there's a series of athletic events.
Robbie has already taught us how to turn a double play from second.
Yep.
But can he still do it? We need an updated version of that. So we'll have another field day soon enough.
Oh God, Tobin, you can't catch a punt. Are you crazy?
Oh yeah.
You know how hard it is to catch a punt?
40 times. We're gonna get.
I could do it with like coverage, but I catch the ball. Easy.
You really would on a punt?
Oh yeah.
A real punter punting the ball.
Easy, dude.
Dude,
Get a real punter, get a jugs machine, whatever you want. I'm gonna read the toes.
No, real punt, dude. The hardest thing for you to be able to determine when the ball's kicked is how deep or short it is.
I won't because I'm gonna read the toes. Like
The toes ain't gonna tell you how hard he kicked. Oh my God.
All right. Well, the goat returner thinks otherwise.
Huh?
The goat returner thinks otherwise. I mean, I have an endorsement from Eric Metcalf, so
I'm telling you what.
That's
I'm sending him a text right now that tell him you ruined my life because you know he was kidding, right?
I know he sounds serious.
Did you hear any chuckles from him?
Yes.
When it comes off his foot, you have to watch the flight of the ball.
When it comes off his foot, you got to watch the flight of the ball.
Yep.
AKA, read the toes.
RTT.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. We gonna set this up, and we ain't gonna set up with no scrub punter.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta find a punter.
We gotta find a punter
for sure.
Cause what?
I'm sure the Canes have an Australian I can borrow for a second.
Well, no, it's hard to do because they do the Australian kick punts now.
Ooh.
Right, where they do side and it just rolls out. So
what about the FAU punter or FIU punter?
What about Barry? Do they have a football team? Right?
We do not.
They barely have students.
What the hell?
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Oh, okay. No, okay, but did they have a football team?
No.
Son Steve says, call Brian Monroe. I believe we tried this already. He said he wasn't doing it.
Yeah, he said no.
He said no.
He said
long
no.
story short, he said I'm washed. And I was like, okay, I respect that. I get it.
Gotta know
but
yourself.
There's a local high school, or there?
No, you can't do high school.
Bluestein?
You can't do high school.
I'm sure the guy at St. Thomas.
You can't do high school.
He wants a college boot.
College is the minimum, and some college kickers suck. So I'm not even like no.
Is Brandon Fields up to anything these days?
Is Brandon Fields Matt Turk?
No, but we can see. Let me see. I'm gonna make this work because I don't think I love when Joe Bag of Donuts says how easy football is.
I didn't say football's easy. I just said that.
No. You say you think you could just go out there and catch a punt.
Yeah, not in cover. I'm not suggesting I could be Braxton Berrios. I'm just saying I'll catch one.
No. Out of how many tries?
Give me one. I'll be 1 for 1, baby.
No, you
Unless
won't. If you have to move,
I like that confidence.
Okay, if you have to move,
now I'm a little scared.
More than 10 feet, you won't catch it.
Oh, easy, dude. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Look, we're gonna set it up. We'll set that up.
We
got
gotta
to set up the
this up.
40. We
gotta
got to set up
this
the baseball, and there has to be another achievement of some sort. Maybe a free kick.
No, a free kick.
What's next? You want to do body shot challenge?
No.
No. You oh my God.
What do you want to do? You want to do it indoors? You want to do it outdoors? What do you want to do?
It's gotta be outdoors.
Got to be outdoors.
Easy.
Okay. What?
And you better hope it's not windy.
Ooh. It doesn't matter. I mean, all you gotta do is
That's
just
when you know you're a buffoon.
Boom.
That wind can. Oh my.
Read the wind, read the toes.
you feel the wind, read the toes.
Yeah. Wow.
Feel the wind.
Feel the wind.
Feel the wind.
Read the toes.
Sounds like you're set for the Hall of Fame, my friend.
This is good.
What are you
This is
talking
good.
about? I remember back in my formative days, a coach gave me some great advice.
Take a break. Back up.
Feel the wind, read the toes.
So what's up with these jabronis trying to see Compton? They in the streak and hate.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQM. Anything new in the beef, Marcos? Anything over? It feels like it's been quiet over the last 48 hours.
Yeah, it's been quiet ever since the shooting, unfortunately, that happened outside of Drake's home. But in statistical news, Kendrick Lamar's most recent diss song, Not Like Us, continues to take over the charts, solidifying his spots at number 1.
Wow.
It has gone number 1. He has done exactly what he needed to do. Not only are you supposed to annihilate your opponent through witty lyricism, you're also supposed to make a song that people can dance to without even understanding that they're actually dissing another person. Kendrick Lamar has done that, and unfortunately, I have to call it, guys.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to call it. It was 10-9 following Drake's most recent diss, but because of the lack of response over the past couple days from Drake, I'm gonna call it at 10-8.
Somebody says so are you stopping the fight or just on the knockdown? Like, are you waving in as Drake's coach because you love him? You know, you're like Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury throwing in the towel.
No, it went the full time.
Went the distance.
Oh, decision. Yeah. It's a decision.
A decision.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. For sure. But it's an unfortunate unanimous decision.
So something else is going to happen, right?
It's supposed to, but again, this whole shooting thing just kind of like,
I heard it was fake.
Are you going just off Schmeeth and Schmolnick?
There's a person.
I mean, we asked this question yesterday though.
It was multiple news outlets reporting.
I don't know if I believe any of this. Something tells me that Kendrick Lamar and Drake might actually be friends, and this is all for
right.
business.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I know everybody's having fun.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, Biggie and Tupac used to hang out. So, like,
For
I don't know
sure,
how.
sure. I mean, that's usually how it is, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, once you get into the rap game, you know everybody. I don't know.
That's always more or less how I see any villain story. It's always like, well, they used to be friends or something.
Right. You try and bring somebody into the fold.
Look at that.
On a side note,
yep.
I would like to give a preemptive strike to what Tobin is going to try to do to me next Thursday.
Ooh, wow! This is like the beef. This is my new beef here. Okay, cool. So you're gonna get him before he gets you.
Let me explain this.
Thursday.
Let me explain this.
That would be
okay.
The 6th.
The 16th.
Yeah.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Oh, I know what next Wednesday.
The Dolphins schedule comes out. Let me
birthday?
finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
But here's the deal. Birthday? You already know who they're gonna play at home and who they're gonna play on the road. The only thing that's missing is the schedule. You already know who you're playing.
So
for the schedule to come out and everybody act all shocked or you already know who you're playing.
Counterpoint. We need to know whether or not Tua can handle the prime time. And so if they have more primetime games, could influence how I go, and that's a win, that's a loss.
The TV schedule's not out yet.
That is true.
So, but it will be that. But once the schedule's the TV
schedule comes out later.
No, I don't think so. No,
it comes out the same night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not sure about that.
I think you're wrong. No, because then you're already saying what you're saying. Like, everybody knows the games that are available to them.
But a lot of people don't know that.
Dude,
soon as the season ended, you knew who you were going to play next year on the road and at home. You already knew it.
It's different, though, dude. It's different.
No,
Is it? We closing in Buffalo? Are we opening in Buffalo? Closing in New England? Okay. We need to know how many home games.
I got you there.
Is this point counterpoint? I'm sorry. I thought we just.
I hate you. I hate you.
Are you requesting me not to play this as your birthday present?
No, you won't be able to play until because it comes out Wednesday night. So I'm gonna avoid it on my birthday. I would like not.
Are you not coming in on the 16th?
Huh?
Are you not coming in on the 16th? The next day?
Doesn't matter. I'm still gonna be on the show. I don't miss days.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to make sure, I didn't know if like you hate it so much that because Robbie's mad we didn't do it for the Canes, but I'm a little too,
that's
Really? I'm more than sure nobody had the Canes fumbling, trying to hand the ball off at the end of the Georgia Tech game.
I still can't believe that. I literally
Nobody
thought it was a
cares
dream.
about your 67th birthday, Grandpa.
Wow.
But like I would honestly say that that's a win, that's a loss maybe matters more this year than any year, and not just because because we felt like there was a theme last year with the Dolphins losses, all to the good teams, a lot of them in prime time. So we have some demons to exercise.
Can I just say this? And this is the honest truth, right? If you beat certain teams and then you lose to other teams, basically you're sliding yourself as to how good you are compared to the rest of the teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you can put whatever twist you want on it, but for whatever reason, like once you played the better defenses and the better coaches, right? And the adjustments that were made, that's where this team struggled. Now, I will say this. The Buffalo game, they tried to give it to you and you didn't take it.
Ugh.
Right? The Kansas City game, you held them scoreless in a whole half of football and couldn't win.
Ugh.
Okay, so like you have opportunities. You've had opportunities. So we're going to see going into this year how you get over that hump. It's not about the teams that you're playing as much as the circumstances that you can't get around or over. And I told you during the season last year, second half adjustments, it seems like once the better teams came out with a game plan to shut down what you had success with in the first half, right? You couldn't do it. You couldn't get over that hump. I don't care as much about not having any touchdowns with the tight end. I don't.
Well, not as many. They had zero.
They had zero. But because I sometimes played in an offense where Randy was the tight end or Chris Carter was the tight end, just where they were on the field.
Those guys are
good. If you do something like that, then you are improvising without having that position. What it does do, though, if you have a tight end, it forces them to try and stop the run, right? And that puts them in some vulnerable positions to pass.
Looks like this year the Dolphins travel to Cleveland, Leroy.
Yeah.
It won't matter whether or not.
Wait. Here, can I explain this to you? How the schedule works? Every 4 years, you play a different division. So last time you played Cleveland was 4 years ago, and it was down here. So 4 years from now, you'll play Cleveland down here.
I think they played Cleveland 2 years ago. They played them in the first. They played Cleveland, I think, down here.
Yeah, you alternate though.
Yeah, but it wasn't every 4 years. They played them pretty recently, but they did switch sites. Maybe they sped it up.
Wait, but look at the
November 13th, 2022.
So that was one of their best games. That was a really great game by them.
So
39 points for the Dolphins.
So can you check 2020? Maybe it's every 2 years.
All right.
Maybe it changed.
They switched division. I mean, they switched divisions since you left, so maybe they switched the side.
No.
You know where else they go? I think it is every 2 years because I think they're going to Green Bay, and they also played Green Bay 2 years ago. So I think you're right. It's just they switched the years.
Switch years.
Yeah. Nah, it was 3 years ago before.
No, because Tua ruined Christmas.
2019.
But we didn't know he was concussed.
Huh?
Because they're going to Green Bay this year too. They hosted Green Bay on Christmas 2 years ago, where I thought Tua ruined Christmas, but also didn't know that he was concussed.
Can I just tell you,
accused him of ruining
Miami fans would love Green Bay, right? And love that stadium. You know why?
Why?
Because they wedged it in the middle of a town, kind of like the Orange Bowl. Seriously. That's what it looks like.
I believe you.
That's what it is.
Man, I didn't realize next week was that.
I don't know if they don't have any blocky.
No blocky.
What if we can get Robbie in next Thursday for That's a Win, That's a Loss?
Oh,
no.
We're gonna need him.
We need all the reinforcements we can get.
You ready? The cycle of doom.
Speaking of the Dolphins, by the way, very interesting yesterday on Dolphins social media. A message has been sent. We'll tell you about that next.
Text WQAM on the Kendall Toyota text line at 3055.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Ladies and gentlemen, our Tua, the program. Take you up until 2 here on the show. Mix things up later on. We got some tickets to give away. And more shenanigans along the way. Get to our headlines. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
I was just looking at this Barstool Portnoy, who's really mad at Mathew Tkachuk. He is mad.
Oh, why?
Oh, yes. He says, anybody who thinks this is clean, and by what he means this, he means Mathew Tkachuk whooping Pasta's ass. Anybody who thinks this is clean doesn't know hockey. This is assault. Scumbag move. Like, you don't hit a guy when he's on all fours on the ground, defenseless. Just a gutless coward behavior from Tkachuk, and he deserves everything he's about to get.
So a championship is what you're saying, man.
I guess so. I don't know what to tell. Hey, listen. Maybe he wouldn't be on all fours if his jaw wasn't made of glass and went down with one shot.
The guy was wobbly.
He was. He certainly was. And look, bring it. Go ahead. Go fight the Panthers. I mean, listen, we're talking about the same damn fan base that was like, heavens to bits and Jason Tatum hit the wood. So,
Code red.
Not shocking.
Heavens to Betsy.
Not shocking that they're clutching their pearls over this. And by the way, this was a kid. Let's also not act like Mathew Tkachuk and Pastrnak did not go through negotiations of this said fight. This is not like Mathew Tkachuk came up from behind and blindsided him. The entire point of the confrontation was, you're going to fight, we're going to fight. You asked permission for your coach to fight. The scrap happened, okay? Oh, there was a couple extra shots. Stop acting like you're horrified by this. All right? So silly. Now all of a sudden Boston Boston wants class. Hilarious. And I see him whining.
To be honest with you, most fan bases are like that when their star player get their ass kicked.
Absolutely, Leroy. And for him to be like, so many casuals watching this. Yeah, you know what I saw? I saw Pastrnak casually get his ass kicked by Tkachuk. And by the way, Pops loved it.
Oh, did he?
Pops is a long way from hockey, ain't he?
Oh, yeah.
Check my boy out.
I don't know why. That's what I thought. That's what the first thing came to mind. Look at that.
I look. That is like the look I have when a plate of empanadas gets delivered. I mean, this man just loves confrontation.
And he's sitting in the suite, so he ain't got to wait.
Whoo! I love this. Oh man, let's get to some more from our friends, the Panthers. Sergei Bobrovsky. That man likes a fight. That man showed up to UFC in a suit. He likes fights. Here's Sergei Bobrovsky after the win.
Win this game, but win it the way you guys did, both on the score sheet and sticking up for yourselves with the physicality there at the end.
Yeah, it was a good fight, a good battle, and obviously it's a big win for us.
What do you say about the job the defense did in front of you, Boston? Not a lot of shots on that.
Yeah, they were great. They played tight, hard gap game, defend well, and it just was a complete great game.
What does it mean for you to see a guy like Stevie, who's, we know the journey he's had to get here, now have two big moments so far in the playoffs for you guys?
Yeah, he's been awesome for us. He's a great guy in the locker room, and he works hard, and I'm so happy to see him success.
Nice dude too, Stephen Lawrence. Great eyes, great eyes. Remember that? What?
What color are they?
Blue. You don't remember? We saw him at Media Day, Leroy.
Baby Blue.
Yeah, that's the guy they traded for my guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
that's
got off a little bit front, but I didn't tell Leroy that until
wait,
after
he
the
didn't tell
interview.
me. He didn't tell me until after he
smart.
left.
Very smart.
He goes, "Who is that?" I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, that's a nice guy." I'm like, "Yeah, that's who they traded for Duclair." He goes, "What?"
Dreamy eyes. I do remember.
Dreamy eyes, dude.
How do you stay focused in the net when, frankly, the defense is doing so well and not giving Boston a lot of opportunities?
What a silly question. How does he stay focused?
Come on.
It's Bobrovsky. That's what he lives with.
Focus.
I try to just stay with the moment, what moment presents, and stick with it. I don't think much what's happening, how many shots or stuff like that. So trying to stay with the moment and see what's gonna happen.
Barkov 4 points tonight. How did he lead you guys tonight?
Yeah, he's a true captain. He's great. He leads by his example, and it's great to see him score goals, big goals.
What'd you make of the Tkachuk pasta skirmish?
Yeah, it was a great fight again. Two leaders goes against each other, so it's good for the game for sure.
I want to see Bob fight the goalie next. I don't care which one.
Well, wait. Here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. As goalies go, Bob's tiny.
But Bob fights.
He's out of his weight class.
He's a fighter.
But he knows how to fight. He knows how to fight.
Wait, do you know how? Listen, when the two goalies meet up, it's like two turtles meeting up in the middle of a ring with all that crap on, right?
This guy he trains Muay Thai in the off season.
Not with the pads on,
dude. I bet you he does.
Wait, I want to see one Muay Thai move with those pads on.
What did he refer to it as when we talked to him? He said, "Goalie equipment is like second skin. It will be like it'll be like nothing for him."
That's what you have to tell yourself when you're playing goalie, but not when you're fighting.
He's gonna take a He's gonna hit. He's gonna hit whoever the Bruins put between the pipes. Gonna hit him with a blocker right in the chops.
He knows pressure points.
Wouldn't it be something if he all of a sudden get in a fight with a goalie, go wax on, wax off, and the goalie's trying to wax on, wax.
You guys got how big was your save there, uncoil from the slot to kind of keep momentum in your favor and kind of keep the Bruins from getting that good feeling back?
Yeah, I thought there was guys did a couple great block shots, and it's just that the penalty kill was delivering, and it was we tied there and we tried to do our best to keep the puck out of our net.
To win, 6-1 convincingly the way you guys did tonight after what happened on Monday is that significant to just totally flip the script and change the momentum of the series in such a big way tonight?
I think win is a win. It's the next game. It's going to be 0-0 to start. It's going to be completely different game, and it's again we're gonna face we're gonna face the great team, and we're gonna compete.
Wow, Bob's so dismissive of the Bruins. He's just wrote them off the series.
I gotta tell you, 2 texts. Bob's Russian, Leroy. You know how tough they are at UFC. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. Leroy's built like a snapping turtle.
What?
Leroy's built like a Hostess cupcake.
Wow.
Like, what happened with the assaults all of a sudden?
First of all, Leroy is not built like a Hostess cupcake. The man is in very good shape. All right. Does his pool exercises. Now, I mean, he's going a little he's going sweets with the coffee every day because now he's an iced coffee man.
Nah, not today. Not today. But I did. No, I just got it out of here. But I did get annoyed, right? Because when I come in, I bring 2 creamers and I just put it in there in hopes that people use the creamer and say, "Oh, it's getting low. I'll bring another creamer and replace it." I come in today, no creamer, and the creamer that I found, somebody had the audacity to put their name on it.
What?
Yes.
Still took
I'm
it,
like,
right?
you ingrates. You take my crap all the time, and then you bring some in and you put your name on it?
You took a little splash, though, right?
You damn right. No.
Hold
on.
okay.
No.
Okay.
No. So let me explain. Like, this is where we need to have conversation on what is proper work etiquette or not. So the one with the name on it, I shook. It was kind of empty, so I put it back. You don't touch that. You don't want to be the one that finishes it off. But clearly, 17 people before me thought the same thing, right? So I saw one, and I was like, oh, okay. No international. All right. Shake it is full. Hasn't been opened. So do I pull a Robbie?
Just wait for the seal to be broken by
Yeah.
someone else?
Yeah. Which y'all think
That's
I
rough.
did?
You used it.
You did. I was just wondering. No, because you know how much creamer I bring up in here.
Of course.
No. It basically cost me $12 for a cup of coffee with creamer because by the time I come back, it's always gone. Wow. Leroy built like a large Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Wow. America runs on Dunkin'.
Leroy is a crunch bar. Leroy gonna come in one day raving about tacos. No, I won't.
He might. If
No, I
I
won't.
took you to the right spot. If I
No,
took
you
you to
won't.
the right
We
spot.
went to the spot, the hot spot before we went to that.
I got to be honest with you. I wish you didn't leave the day that they did. Those tacos were good. The ones they brought in, and they had
at
the fights. They catered. They catered some good stuff.
So I played. So I played at a member guest at TPC Summerlin, right? Remember I told you I played that thing, and they had one of the serving stations was tacos. They had the guys sizzling it, whatever. So I did. Here's what I did though. I just got chicken and cheese on it with the little sauce. That's it. Now I don't know if that constitutes a taco or was it just like a chicken sandwich to me. I didn't get guacamole and lettuce into like you got people gotta, no.
That sounds almost like a quesadilla.
Huh?
Sounds like you like quesadillas. Tortilla, chicken, cheese.
Dade South says, Leroy, don't watch shows without electricity. Watches Game of Thrones in 2 weeks.
Hey, it was hard. It was hard times back then.
Leroy,
it was hard times.
not a coffee fan. Now he's a coffee connoisseur. You're gonna like tacos, dude.
No, I won't.
That's it.
Like
Because here's why.
You're on your
Here's
way.
why. I don't like tacos because they're too messy. Although
We'll see.
we did hit some ribs over the head yesterday.
Did we? Did we?
Take a break. Back with more after this.
This hour of Tobin and Leroy is sponsored by Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, home of the $8,000 trade. Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.com.
Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Take you up until 2 here on the program. We'll mix it up coming up later on this hour. And lots more to get. Did I do the headlines last segment, Marcos? I don't recall.
I don't recall him whipping out the truck.
I don't recall him. Well, listen, the headlines are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know truck.
Been talking about it all morning. Your Florida Panthers last night putting a beat down on the Bees, 6-1.
Yeah.
Evens up that series at a game apiece. And now they head up to that hellhole in Boston to try and get the reins back of this series. And everybody, it looked like a party yesterday at the arena. It looked like absolute chaos and fun, and Goosies galore were had by all. So that is very, very exciting. What's going on with your Florida Panthers? It is good to have some playoff vibes back in the right spot, especially after the Heat's exit, the Marlins struggling. No Dolphins really right now. I got some OTA stuff and all that. Rookie camps coming up, but needed to get the vibes back right, Marcos. Needed to get the vibes back right after that tough game 1, and they took it back yesterday in a big, big way.
This was important. The way you bounce back was important. You squeak one by after losing the first game. I don't feel as good as I feel today. But the way that we took it, both on the ice, like just outplaying them and then bashing their face into the ground.
Oh,
that was a statement that we made yesterday. A statement that said, that was a cute game 1, but I'm gonna go ahead and get my top hats and monocles ready, baby.
We are all Keith Tkachuk after yesterday. Did you notice? But are you aware of number 1 Panthers fan? Like, who is the Panthers fan right now? I think atop in the Panthers fan power rankings, which I believe used to be Kodak Black, but
yes.
I believe
one game.
Oh,
I believe he was in the locker room. He gave his chain to Bobrovsky.
That's right.
Does it have to be it's got to be Brooks, right?
No,
Brooks Koepka. Brooks Koepka is a great one. He's obviously very passionate. He's called Ekblad a parking cone.
You seconded that yesterday.
Celebrity? Is this a celebrity?
It is a celebrity. It is a celebrity. New number 1 Panthers fan in all the land.
Yeah.
Dolphins cornerback, Jalen Ramsey.
What are you talking about? 5-1. Monster. Yeah. Great on this one. 5-1. I'm gonna go home. Look, everybody clearing out. Clearing out their suite. They need to go home somewhere. Get y'all ass up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Enjoyed more of like the other sports teams than Jalen Ramsey since being down here.
Jalen Ramsey is courtside at a lot of Heat games, and now he is numero uno Panthers fan. He is tweeting about the Panthers at all points. He is posting about the Panthers at all points. Jalen Ramsey loves the Panthers, and he is a true Floridian where he's just going F Boston just in the middle of that.
Well, here's the thing, and this is the honest truth. You'll probably get the F Boston, regardless if they were playing Boston. People just wait. That's about how tired people got of the Patriots, right?
Yep.
Right. So it's like it, and it's like the thing I hate about sports, right? The comeuppance. Everybody's like, "Oh, what a great story! This Tom Brady story is so awesome. It's great. Look, he's one of the best." And then it quickly turns to, "I'm so over him," right?
Yep.
Like we're starting to do it with Patrick Mahomes. I'm tired of Patrick Mahomes. I'm tired of this. I'm tired, right? Like, do we want greatness or not?
Depends. I want greatness, but I also don't want it thrown in my face nonstop.
I mean, all right. I mean, I don't know how to. Right. I mean, because, the last Patrick Mahomes thing, he did throw a football in the suite.
Oh,
So, like, look, everybody loved Travis Kelce. Then he became a Swiftie. And now, like, enough with bad.
You admit they were in every commercial. It was a bit much with Travis.
I'm just
Kelce.
saying,
He
like,
assaulted a kicker,
well, can I
Leroy.
just say this?
And his coach.
Is it really his doing? Or is it us wanting more?
It's not his doing. It's not his doing. You know,
Really?
they said he invented the fade.
Hey, I dare you to say something bad about Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I dare.
Why?
Well, I'm not going to say anything bad about Taylor Swift, but J-Fig has said the last album, not her finest work.
Oh yeah. Wait, she did. She pulled the Adele.
Not her finest work. I mean, like if you're
When you say and Marcos, I listen to the hit that comes out, and if the hit is good, then I'll listen to other songs on the album. If you don't catch me with your hit song,
Yeah, you need a
then,
single.
right?
Totally
So,
fair.
so I'm saying this:
What's the hit?
if she starts by saying you got to listen to it 3 or 4 times to get, I'm out.
She still hasn't heard the full thing. I know J-Fig has still not heard the full thing.
Oh, she is a procrastinator.
Yeah.
She's a procrastinator.
But also, if it was that good, you would have made time.
Oh no, if it was that good, she wouldn't have let us put the mouth on that album.
No.
Right? She would have been like, "Oh, you guys are missing out."
Yep.
You guys are missing the point. You don't get it.
Right.
Like,
That's right.
I think I do.
I don't get it because I'm a grown ass man that's damn near 60 and I ain't a Swiftie. So she better catch me with some beats, some song, something.
Did you guys catch that little bit of shade courtesy of Jason Kelce the other day?
To who?
I
Aimed
saw
at a
some
certain
headline. What did he say, Marcos?
The tweet was essentially pretty vague. He did a bit of a subtweet, but it was saying, why are we just inviting random celebrities here? And it was in reference to the Tom Brady roast. Now, everyone there seemed appropriate to be there because they were either a Patriot or a comedian.
I did see Sugar Sean O'Malley there. I thought that was kind of weird.
That was weird, but he was with Dana White. He was like Dana White's +1, Dana White's +2, because also Max Holloway was there. But that's people are speculating. Love him too. He seemed like he didn't want to be with Dana White or Sugar Sean though. He seemed
I couldn't see, because like Sugar Sean is rainbow hat, rainbow hair, flashy. Dana White seems like he's on edge. Like Max Holloway's cool, dude. Like he's just laid back. Just I don't see them vibing like that, unless
They
Dana
didn't
White
seem
was
to
giving
be
a fat new contract.
So
or something
was
like
he
that.
talking about the Kardashians?
So that's the thing that people are
there you
speculating
go.
that he was talking about, because everyone else seemed to fit there or have a reason to be there except for Kim Kardashian. It kind of was like, what the hell is she doing here? But I mean,
Isn't she friends with Tom Brady? Didn't they have like a little tiff?
I guess.
Right.
If we're going to invite all the people who are linked to Tom Brady's love life, then it'd be, a table filled with lovely looking people, of course. But of course, the Kelceys had to say something
baby
about
mamas.
Kim Kardashian.
Just saying.
Yeah. Did you guys by any chance get an opportunity to watch any more of the roast?
Can I just say this?
I started watching it yesterday.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't care.
What? Okay, but you're not. I understand if you're not interested in them roasting Tom. Your boy
It's
Bill.
it's not even that. It's not even that. Right? Like, is some of the people doing it can get away with it, right? Like Julian Edelman could say whatever, right?
And did he?
He's been a friend of Tom. He is a friend of Tom Brady's. There's certain people that could do it, but then there's certain people that are being fed lines and they're up there reading them, right?
Yeah, they're written for
that's
sure.
why, right? That's why I don't like that, right?
But your boy Bill, he was very personable up there.
But I told
you've mentioned
Tobin,
it for sure.
Will you say how long I've been saying this and everybody?
He opened up the road. He opened it up. Like the whole opening skit was making fun of Drew Bledsoe. They're like, Tom, you're in. And I was like, all
Yeah,
right.
but even his jokes, like he delivered some decent jokes, and even Edelman and a few people made jokes at the fact that he doesn't have a job at the moment, and he took it pretty well, to be honest. Bill Belichick has been doing this weird thing recently. We saw him on Pat McAfee for the draft, and now we see him on the Tom Brady roast, where he's like really trying to market his personality.
No, that's just it. His personality is always going to be a little dry.
Yeah.
Right? It's always going to be. But what you see answering questions is not the Bill Belichick that those players see in the locker room.
Yeah.
And that is the true sign of the genius of Bill Belichick.
Do you think that if
that guy answering those questions, we don't know that guy.
Do you think that if he gets another job next year, he'll go back to old curmudgeon, or will he be loosey-goosey Bill Belichick?
He'll go back to being old curmudgeon. But I say there will be one caveat. I think at some point, here's what he has to understand. He has to get along with some people because it ain't going to be the Tom Brady Patriots that you're going into, the situation you're going into.
True.
And if you're going to ask for a little patience, you can't go in there raising hell and being a smartass, right? So I think that point of it, maybe he gets. Because the dude is not dumb. He understands all these things. He understands, like, it. I can't explain it, right? Like, he's the funniest, non-funniest guy you would ever meet, right? Like, he'll say funny stuff as a matter of fact, and you're like, was he joking or was he serious?
If you guys want to go to Queens of the Stone Age, JFig is giving away some tickets from a ticket stash. Caller number, what do you want to do, Leroy? 6? 6 good? 6?
Call number 6.
Caller 6 right now to 305-567-0560.
One for each goal, Boston!
Caller 6 for 305-567-0560 wins a pair of tickets to Queens of the Stone Age. They're at Hard Rock Live tomorrow. Marcos, I mean, excuse me. Are you all right, dude? You have something in your throat?
Sorry, it just happens to naturally come out every time I say
Queens of the Stone Age.
If you guys want to go, caller 6 right now to 305-567-0560 wins a pair of tickets to Queens of the Stone Age. This is a Live Nation show. We are back. We'll mix it up next. Welcome back.
Do you like Primus?
Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Marcos, can you hand out a point to Karen?
Yeah, I would love to.
She says, Tobin is Tobin is Dairy Queens of the Stone Age. Oh, I'm sorry. I messed it up. I got doubled up on. I'm like, I was pasta. I was already down in the ice and I got hit with 2 shots. Tobin is Dairy Queens of the Cold Stone Age. Double ice cream.
That's pretty good.
I like, you know what? I'm not a fan of ice cream, but I can go for some Cold Stones every now and then.
Like some Cold Stone? It's fancy.
Yeah, I like to see him mixing it up.
I like to see him mix it up too.
Yeah.
They don't do the songs anymore though, right? I think
no. I tell him if you sing one little song, I'm not tipping.
Well, I thought it's always if you tip, then they sing.
Yeah, I told him I'm gonna take my dollar back. Hey, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I once tried to get change out of the tip jar.
No.
Is that you mean is that inappropriate?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it, but I don't think it's that frowned upon. Like
totally frowned upon.
So it's either I get $3 from this $5 or you get no tip.
You know, I had a thing happen to me at Publix yesterday.
Oh yeah.
This is a new type of begging, but I actually kind of like this one because like I don't carry cash with me. I'm not old, so
all right.
You know, when everybody asks me for $1 or asks me for $5, can you get me this?
You can honestly say I don't have any cash.
I'm like, I don't have anything, man. I don't know what to tell you. I had somebody go give me a little tappy tap on the shoulder yesterday, and I was like, huh? Hey, can you buy me this? I was at self-checkout. I was like, sure. There's a bottle of Pepsi.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So they've moved the operations into the store.
That's right.
I had something similar. I went on a date night recently with my
Somebody
fiance.
said, did you go to Publix to have your dead foot looked at? Because he can't go to Target.
I'm banned.
So wait, so like listen. I get all of the various organizations that hang out in front of Publix.
Oh my God. Those are ridiculous. That's a shakedown.
It's too much.
It's too much.
It's too much.
And by the way, you can't go.
Somebody say, hey, would you like to donate to the boys in I said, no, I got 2 at home.
They're like,
would you like to donate to their college fund?
And they hit all exits, and now
all exits.
They got QR codes. They're like, oh, no cash?
What?
No problem. We have a Cash App account.
Privilege. See, RVA Richie, you can say a lot of things about me. I have never in my life acted like I was privileged.
Yeah. So if you ever see me at a Publix and you guys want a soda, I'm pretty gullible. Just if I'm at self checkout. Like,
I had a guy. They say, hey, you want to donate to so and so's soccer club? I'm like, no. Like what? Well, look, like
what?
No, I said my son played on one of these, and I had to foot the bill. That's okay.
Marcos,
they want to take a fancy trip to Disney. Like, you wait a minute. We're trying to get money so the kids could go to Disney.
Marcos,
like else get a job.
Can you foot the bill for a mixed bag?
Yeah.
The mixed bag is brought to you by Broward Health. Well into your future. What do you got today, Mathew Tkachuk? Huh? What?
Oh, Croak.
I'll take a -1.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Point.
Whoa, no. The system wanted me to. Okay, ladies and gentle frogs, let us get into a mixed bag. As you know, the Haminator, as they called him. Who? Yeah, people call Darvin Ham.
They called him the Ham Man?
Yeah, they call him the Ham Man. Adam Hamler. He is out in LA, as well as the rest of his coaching staff. They make sure they excavated, not sure what the correct pronunciation is, Long story short, he's out, and Byron Scott says, "You know who the next coach should be?
LeBron
James."
My recommendation, the next Laker coach, and out of the 8 or 9 names that I've heard, his name wasn't on there, is make LeBron the coach. I got nothing but love and respect for LeBron. I love him. I think he's one of the greatest players that ever played this game. But it's obvious to me, at least, that he's making a lot of decisions that's going on in this organization.
No doubt.
From a coaching standpoint to a player standpoint. So if you're going to allow him to make those decisions, sit on the bench and make those decisions as well. Be the head coach. JJ Redick.
You mean player coach,
be
right?
player head coach.
Yeah. Well, it's happened before.
Go back to the Bill Russell days.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Lenny Wilkins.
Yeah.
Gonna be honest with you, don't hate it.
Like he's not right
Don't
off
hate
a
it.
ship.
You know,
Not right off a ship.
nah, I don't hate it. I think you know what? I think it'd make LeBron happy. You know, he's done everything in his career. Let him coach for a year.
He'd get fired as soon as he tried to bring his son on board. Hey, Dave South said Leroy is good at charity. He bought me a Cuban sandwich, and then you put ketchup on it.
Can I say I had a situation? I exited an ale house like at 1 a.m. the other day, and there was a gentleman there who literally had his hand on my bag prior to asking the question of whether or not he can have it. And I was like, I mean, at this point, sir, you've taken it. Like you're essentially robbing me very politely.
SDI. I'm sorry, Dave South. That was SDI put ketchup on his Cuban. It's still disgusting.
What else in the mixed bag, Marcos?
A bit of a reunion. If you are into nostalgia, you'll be into this idea proposed by Evan Turner and Andre Iguodala. These two gentlemen.
I gotta tell you, I'm not a fan of Evan Turner.
He's something like I
It's
know
his
he went to
face.
Ohio State and
No, it's
everything,
his
but
face.
something about him.
He is a Heat hater, not
Punch
a
in the
fan.
face.
But anyway,
Anyway, their idea proposed, which is perfectly in line with Heat hating, PG-13. They're saying that potentially Paul George should have a reunion with the Indiana Pacers.
PG would be really good with the Pacers. Pacers would be scary.
But I think their kryptonite would always be what it is. Either Halliburton would have to mature into like the go-to game ender, or PG is just going to. A Halliburton matchup might be cakewalk to certain people, G. Like, you know what I mean? Like coming down the stretch. Like that's not in no disrespectful sense. But then I'm just saying because that's the only best option because PG has a history of not showing up, which is an understatement. Just the other day, I never met a human that will let a media rumor drive his like energy or personality. Like somebody was like, I heard he going to Philly. And that nigga was like, you know what? I'm going to Philly, G. Do you know how soft that team gonna be if him and Embiid go together? It'd probably be the most skilled duo ever since Kobe and Shaq. Embiid to be hurt and PG gonna be Aldo.
I mean, I don't disagree with his take there. He is right. I mean, that is an underwhelming.
I was getting ready to say that's what Tobin was saying.
That is an underwhelming trio. You know, at that point, they're both going to be looking at Tyrese Maxey, be like, bail us out, Tyrese.
I think one of the things that gets lost in sports, we tend to look at the abilities, the talent, but we don't look at guys who just get it done, right? There's certain guys in sports that just get it done when it needs to get done. And it don't have anything to do with how talented you are, what your abilities are. You just know, I guess we would say they have that dog in them, right? And so you know who those guys are. And Paul George has never been that guy. Embiid has never been that guy, even though he's had games where he's won games and scored 50 points. But in those games, you know what I'm talking about, the games, right? He hasn't done it yet.
You know, the one thing I do find weird about the whole Paul George thing, though, is that Steve Ballmer, he throws money around willy-nilly. Why is Paul George the guy he's quibbling over between Kawhi, who's always hurt, and then James Harden, who, I mean, you want to talk about choke artists. I mean, come on, nobody takes the cake more than that guy. Why is Paul George the guy that he seems to be waffling on?
I think it's weird that Kawhi has gotten a pass for all these years, right? It hasn't been, 7-8 years since he played a full season, if that?
Probably, yeah.
Right. And so
I mean, because he's done, like, he's been to the mountaintop. We all know that at that guy's apex, he's one of the best players to do it. But I don't know.
I can say it about Paul George.
Yeah, but he's not. He hasn't won 2 chips. He hasn't been Finals MVP twice.
Oh, Kawhi won 2. He won 1 in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess.
I
but
think that's why. Like, I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Are we
I think
not in the same? Like at some point, is somebody in L.A. with the Clippers saying basically the same things that Pat Riley's saying? Like that's all great and good, and you're awesome and whatever, but we need guys to play games.
Yeah, except they didn't. They gave him an extension in the middle of the
I
year.
know.
Pat Riley's probably looking at those going, "Are you nuts?"
Right.
Well, Kawhi doesn't do any commercials.
He doesn't do nothing.
I guess.
He did the We Got Next.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, he didn't do a
He was the
music video with
OG.
Fall Out Boy.
He was the OG.
I gotta tell you, Jimmy
guy, right? OG
Jimmy
was this guy.
I think Jimmy Butler. We'll get to some of his quotes because there was an interview that came out.
Ooh,
and,
did he? Oh, really?
Well, I'll tell you about it. But first, let's finish the mixed bag. What do you got, Marcos? What else we got?
Jayden Daniels.
Yep,
prospect
number 2
out of LSU, Heisman Trophy winner.
Gonna get ruined in Washington, but that's okay.
Just
Gonna
because
get
Washington.
ruined in Washington for
Yeah.
sure. It is one of the
That's what
worst
Washington does.
Magic Johnson can't save him.
Magic Johnson can't save him because Magic Johnson ain't coaching.
Magic Johnson couldn't save the Lakers. Remember how he got out of that one?
Oh, dude.
Rats off a ship. Looks like I won't be here next year. Let's just take a quick look at the Washington Commanders depth chart in regards to quarterback. We have.
Are we really gonna try to do the? He's a new guy. We're gonna put him third string.
Well, let's see. You have Jeff Driscoll and Marcus Mariota, in addition to Jayden Daniels.
They still doing it.
They put him third just because he's young. Like, come on, man. Like, this is the stupid games that coaches and organizations play for no damn reason whatsoever. You know that's your damn starter.
Jayden Daniels has been named the starter for the Washington Commanders.
Oh, okay, I take it back.
No, I'm kidding. This is on if he anticipates starting week 1.
Do you anticipate starting week 1? Do I anticipate? I mean, I'm confident in my abilities, but if that's a decision that they got to make, that's above.
And I ain't asked you. Stop
That's what I'm saying. That's a decision.
Do you, as the number 2 pick of the draft, anticipate starting?
I mean,
or you think they're gonna bring you along slowly, so to speak?
From what I heard, when they said whenever I'm ready, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So whenever I feel like I'm ready, I'm ready.
Yeah, I didn't start. I'm trying to think when I start. Yeah, I probably didn't start till midway during the year.
Yeah, they didn't tell me like,
Who they talking to?
you got to start week 1. They just said whenever you ready, like you ready. Whenever you feel ready, we feel you ready. We're gonna throw you out there.
That was Keyshawn Johnson. He was speaking to. That was an interview with Keyshawn Johnson.
But here's the deal. Washington is not in the position that Green Bay was in or that San Fran was in, where they could gently, gradually bring their quarterback in, right? You need to make a splash right away.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what you do.
Guess who don't make a splash?
Jeff Driscoll.
And Mariota.
Marcus
Right?
Mariota.
Right. So you best believe. I'm telling you right now, when they say first, here's how it goes. You're going to announce your offense for the first home game. And when they announce last, it's going to be Jayden Daniels. End of question, end of discussion. That's what it's going to be. Right?
Man. All right. We'll take a quick break. Back with more for this.
Away.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 here on the program. Hey, Marcos, what are you paranoid someone's going to spy on you, dude? What's going on with the camera during the breaks?
Hey.
Leroy
Wait a minute. Whoa.
knocks it down with his aggression.
Hey,
dude.
you wasn't saying that when we was talking about food options.
Wow. We were banging on the table. We were angry.
Yeah, not like you see a item on Uber Eats that you want, and you order it and you get it all right, and they say, "No, we can't get that for you."
Sorry, they bailed on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said, "Hey, we have this great promotion, buy one get one for this specific item," and I was like, "Great, that's perfect." And then they said, "Hey, we don't have this item though."
Oh man, more difficult than getting a Whopper Jr. from the Marlins.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof. Let's get
they Burger King put too many variables on that.
Yep. Home
Right?
game.
Home game.
Enough of this nonsense.
Yep.
Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
The Panthers, they win yesterday 6-1 over the Boston Bruins, which leads
They win the fight or the hockey game? Because there was a little bit
all of it. All of it, dude. Which leads us to Cat Talk, which is brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers.
Marcos, can you give me the call last night? 6-1.
Yes.
The Panthers go on top. Brandon Montour with a goal, which gets the Bruins all in their feelings. Marchand tries to step to Montour. That doesn't work out for any of the Bruins at all yesterday.
Very feisty as they lost yesterday.
They're trying to spark something, which leads me to believe a little shook on the Cats' talent. If you got to start already in game 2, because game 2 wasn't even over yet. It was like they were throwing in the towel. They're trying to pull like a Rick Carlisle, like try and shake it up or something. I don't know. But here was the goal by Brandon Montour to cap off the Cats scoring yesterday, put them up 6-1.
Montour cruising in, left side, Barkov to the circle. Barkov, front of the net, makes a move out in front, poked in, and they score! And the Panthers take a 6-1 lead.
No, you don't have the longer call there, Marcos. Did you get my text?
Yes, I did.
Right.
A lot going on.
You guys are like caving the camera away. You're getting into fights with Uber Eats drivers.
No, we're not. No.
Calling me out during the show earlier because I
hard
don't have the Mathew Tkachuk thing.
It's hard to let Marcos get food because if your restaurant say BOGO, that's where he goes.
I thought it was because he's gonna go in the back try and get some flies.
Also, not a place I would want to eat.
Definitely not. Do you have the call now, Marcos, with the scrum with Montour, or nah for later?
I'm gonna go for later.
All right, cool.
Think, yeah. You know what? Let's just leave it at that.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jalen Ramsey yesterday, not only was he biggest Panthers fan ever, did you see he was also a great teammate, Leroy? And Jalen Ramsey yesterday, he put a little message on what the kids like to call Instagram. And so he was golfing yesterday with Tua Tagovailoa. And he says, 3rd time golfing ever. I'm only sharing this because Oos killed it. He puts up the little scorecard there. But if you notice, there at the bottom, Leroy, pay Tua. Under the scores, Leroy.
Wow.
Seems
What is his
like-
score, by the way? Is his score even that good, or is Jalen Ramsey?
He shot 86.
What is that? I don't know what that means. Is that good?
Yeah. 14 over.
This Jalen Ramsey, huh? Having fun.
He is having fun.
It's easy for Jalen Ramsey to have fun. He got his. Right?
Yeah, he's gotten his over his career too. He's had a great fruitful career. The only one who
he's not wrong.
The only one who didn't give him his was that dumbass Tom Coughlin, who decided, who I should pay? Blake Bortles.
Still haven't
You still haven't forgiven them.
No, I haven't.
But dude, can I just tell you the relationship between one Brendan Tobin
Mhm.
and the Jacksonville Jaguars
Yep.
changed forever on that day.
It did.
I was
Because I
here.
was excited because Jalen Ramsey showed up to training camp in a Brinks truck.
In a Brinks truck.
And I was expecting him to get his money, and they paid a bum. And I was very, very mad, and it hasn't ever been the same since. They got, taken over by a guy who likes to do wrestling bits during the draft.
Ooh, who's the owner of Raising Cane's? That's an excellent chicken place.
I don't know who the owner is, but that is who he was golfing with also.
Okay.
So I don't know who that is, but apparently you expect, though, if you're with the guy from Raising Cane's, you're getting at least a gift card, yeah?
Or you already got something where they say, go to any store and just,
I didn't realize, Jalen Ramsey's coming in there to his agent. He's like, hey, Chris Greer.
I mean,
nonsense.
Listen. Pretty much, Tua's gonna get paid.
Tua put him up to that.
What?
You
I
think
know
Tua
he
did?
That's his style, dude.
Tua would never do that. Tua would never do that. He's not. He's not of that ilk. He doesn't. He doesn't cry for the attention.
Ooh,
I don't know.
question. You haven't had it. Have you had Raising Cane's?
I have had Raising Cane's.
Okay, so you need to find Huey Magoo's.
I do need to find Huey Magoo's. I've never had
We
that.
we need to have a taste off right here.
What?
Both of them do the same stuff, right? So I'm gonna go to a Raising Cane's because I want to see one. Do Raising Cane's do the chicken tender
sandwich,
or they do a regular chicken sandwich? That's gonna get you. That's gonna get you extra.
That's your final test. That's what
Oh,
you're.
no, you're just
Is it
like
not just Zaxby's. I feel like it's just Zaxby's.
No, Zaxby's. I had Zaxby's and all I had was a skin tender.
What?
It was no meat.
Huh. I like Zaxby's. It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Those are sprinkled around South Florida.
They are sprinkled around.
And what about PDQ?
Decent.
Expensive Chick-fil-A.
Decent.
Who's expensive Chick-fil-A?
PDQ. I don't like them because they asked me what my name was, and I said Marcos, and they were like, Marcos, and then everyone went Polo, and I cried.
Wait a minute. That's good ad libbing.
It is.
No, it's
if you guys want to go to Queens of the Stone Age, they're going to be tomorrow at Hard Rock Live. Caller 5 right now to 305-567-0560 will win the tickets. Caller 5 to 305-5. What is the band that's going to be there tomorrow, Marcos? At Hard Rock Live tomorrow, rock band, J-Fix tickets. Who do we have one more pair to give away to?
We have one more pair to give away for
Queens of the Stone Age.
So if you guys want to go, caller 5 right now to 305-567-0560. We will get back into more Panthers later on this hour. But Jimmy Butler having an interview with GQ magazine. If this would have changed Pat Riley's tone, if the answers would have gotten to him quicker, because I got to tell you, this Jimmy Butler gives me the Goosies, dude. I mean, he is good. He is good. Bring that to you next.
Queens of the Stone Age.
Hour of Tobin and Leroy is sponsored
Who's this, Tobin?
I don't know.
Luther Vandross.
I gave up on that one. I didn't even offer up one.
He did. Look, he knew right away.
Sometimes you gotta take a knee on intangibles, you know.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
I'm not gonna run the ball unnecessarily. Welcome back, everybody. We are streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 56 WQM, and on the Audacy app, AUDACY. Check us out there. Did you guys finally get your meal in? It looks like Leroy's snacking, or did you guys pass on that for the day?
So here's the deal. The fries are lovely. The burger's great. But we just spent $20 for a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
I'm not getting you. Dude,
You got ripped off.
$20 each.
this is a $20 burger.
Oh my god.
Right.
Got it from
Is that from downstairs?
Yeah.
They're a little bit on the they're stingy.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
this place rivals Vegas. Because
You talking about the OG Vegas or where we went this last trip?
where we went, where a pretzel dog was $15.
Yeah, it was crazy. New York is expensive. It is.
And that's the cheapest of them all.
Speaking of things that are expensive, Jimmy Butler, he's looking to get an expensive contract extension. But we know what happened this week. We were, had the Pat Riley press conference. We played you the clips. We reacted. Pat Riley, of course, not happy about Jimmy's trolling or if he's serious. It
He's
sounds
not
like he
happy
was
about his stars that he's paying all the money for not playing.
not playing.
That's
Yeah.
what he's not happy about.
But the thing that really got the bite of everybody was when he's like, if you're not on the court, you should keep your mouth shut. How did you have that, Marcos? Because it was a real on the shut. Like you're like, whoa, Riles.
You should keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. Wow.
Shut.
Shut. Jimmy Butler did an interview with GQ with Rohan Nadkarni, friend of the show. We shout out to Rohan. We may or may not have held hands one time during an Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay.
May or may not have happened. May or may not have happened.
Why don't we get him on?
We can. I just we can reach out.
We
for
don't
sure.
do many interviews, but we like to bring our friends back when they.
I mean, you held his hand. The least you could do is have him on the show.
Fair enough. But so we did this interview with Jimmy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was obviously done before the Pat Riley press conference. And I wonder if this dropped before the Pat Riley press conference, would Pat Riley have been as abrasive, as pissed off?
So this came out before.
He did the interview, but it came out yesterday. He
Okay.
did the interview the weekend of F1.
Maybe this is why he didn't respond so quickly after the Pat Riley comments.
Has he
I don't know.
responded? I haven't.
He hasn't.
Seen.
He is
Yeah.
not. He
Good.
is not. He is not. But he does have a quote in here that is similar and less tipsy than the one that he had on camera. And he was asked about the idea of retiring with the Miami Heat. All right. So Rohan writes, last August, Butler told me that a Heat jersey would be the last one that he wore unless he decided to play in the NBB, which is Brazil's top basketball league. He said he was asked if that was still a goal. He said, quote, I mean, in the NBA, for sure. But after that, I really do want to play for Flamengo because I tell everybody that I'm half Brazilian.
Wow. I'd like a 40-year-old Jimmy Butler just playing basketball.
That'd be amazing. But then he's Ron writes, and then he adds a little more seriously, quote, I feel at home, man. I really do care about the city. I really care about the people in this city. Miami has embraced me. They've wanted me to bring them something that they haven't done since LeBron, D. Wade, and Steve Bosh. And I want to do that. So as soon as I get this knee back right, I'm right back on their ass, and everybody knows it.
I like that.
I like that too.
I like that
too. That's Goosies, Leroy. Goosies.
The two comments, though, don't have anything to do with each other.
Well, he also said this just to close it out.
Okay.
He said, he writes, Butler clearly laments not being able to have perform alongside his teammates over the last couple of weeks and challenge the Heat rivals. Quote, I feel like everybody got a pass this playoffs, man. We're not going out like that.
Whoa.
Which is of the same sentiment, but it's not as biting as Boston and New York's ass would be home.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm talking about
same season.
What Pat Riley said versus what Jimmy said. The two are very coming from different places, right? I understand Jimmy. Jimmy's annoyed that he couldn't play either, right? Yep. And he believes, and I never have a problem with a guy being confident in what he thinks or what he knows, right? Yep. So I don't have a problem with that. But Pat Riley comments come from paying a guy 40, 50 million and him playing 60 games. So they come from two different places.
Yes, but the thing that got all the headlines and got him most upset was him trash talking while not playing. But if it was said in this way, I don't know if Pat Riley has the whole keep your mouth shut response. I don't know.
I think he does because it's Pat Riley. Right?
No,
Pat Riley went into that press conference to make a point.
But Pat Riley was unsure, though. He's like, is he trolling or is he whatever? I think if he has this information and then here's a quote.
Then he clearly believes he's not trolling.
No, I don't think he was trolling. Trolling. But I also think that if he says it in this way, rather than Boston's ass would be at home and New York's ass would be at home, as opposed to I feel like everybody got to pass this playoffs. I feel like that is more talking about you than it is your opponents. And I don't think that gets the ire of Pat Riley as much, which makes me think that everybody should stop blaming me and blame Rohan. He should have dropped this interview earlier. That's what should have happened. This is not you, dude. You should have dropped this interview earlier. You got Pat Riley upset, not me.
That's what this is about, dude. You're trying to get the stink off of you.
I should have the stink off me. We had this in the holster and nobody knew. Why didn't this drop before the Pat Riley press conference?
He does have a good point, though.
Tobin, as of right now, you might need to change your diaper.
What?
You got poo-poo bottom. You stink.
Dude, no stink on me anymore. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, there could have been no stink on you.
Deflector macho Camacho.
I think, but like, look, I'm sorry. I can't not want this guy to finish off with the Miami Heat. I can't have him in a Sixers jersey. I can't have him in a Knicks jersey.
I'm not saying
I can't do it.
Here, I'm not saying that I want Jimmy in any other jersey. Here's what I'm saying. Is Jimmy in a position to be demanding $60 million in an extension at this moment in time?
It's probably not the best time.
Okay, and I think that's where Pat Riley was getting at, right? He was kind of making comments about, what kind of availability Jimmy's had recently. Tyler Hero recently, right? Because here's what happens. You're paying all these guys all this money. If they don't never play, then the guy who's actually playing, you run him into the ground. And that's kind of what's happening with Bam.
Yeah.
Bam's exhausted after every game from all he has.
I think Bam is still napping.
Right.
Like, best guess, what is Bam Adebayo doing right now? If you had, like, Tobin, what do you think he's doing? I'm saying he's going to take a nap. Maybe watching some Netflix or something. Maybe.
Oh, tell him I got a couple of shows for him when I was
Hey, I tell you what, he's free for a Domino's game.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. Chief, Tobin agrees with Leroy, and therefore Leroy and Tobin samesies.
Okay. I guess.
Never thought about it like that.
What
poor Rohan. Somewhere his ears must be ringing that you try to throw him under the bus.
I'm not throwing him under the bus. But you had this the entire time, Rohan, while everybody's yelling at us and trying to say you're causing a divorce. And you had the championship quote there the entire time, and you waited till Pat Riley dropped the atomic bomb on everybody, telling everybody's mouth to keep shut.
Let's clarify something. Everybody's yelling at you.
Well, I mean, we're a team, though. We're a
Oh,
team. We're a team. All righty. We'll take a break. Play a little Goosies, no Goosies next.
I'm Michael Jenkins, helping you beat the books with Beck.
So I'm waiting for Tobes to get back before I drop this nugget of information.
Ooh.
Okay, Tobes.
Oh,
Hello.
Tobes is
So I did a little research. And when I
Okay.
mean me, I mean Frog Boy.
okay. It's a team effort.
The reason why the Dolphins play the Browns next year
Okay.
is because, or this year, is because they were second in the division.
Yes. All teams that finished second in the
Right.
division.
So you could possibly play them again next year.
Oh, okay.
Right. Because next year it rotates through the divisions that you play.
But you match up with whatever your place you finished.
Correct. Correct.
Gotcha.
So the second the season ends, you know your schedule.
Nah, there's schedule day. That's when you know.
Yeah, but schedule day, you need the prime times, the 4 p.m.s, the 1 p.m.s. Who's going to be gasping for air in Hard Rock Stadium?
They flex everything.
What do you mean?
Like they change times all the time.
Yeah, but a lot of them they don't. A lot of them they don't. A lot of them they don't.
Dude, Miami got flexed like 4 times.
I don't think that's true.
When
They probably lost all 4 of those.
And they're going to be, listen, they'll be a big primetime team. People love them. So we got, and so we have to overthrow the curse that is primetime.
It's the last primetime victory the Miami Dolphins have. And I'm not counting against Dallas on Christmas Eve.
Well, then I don't have an answer.
Well, I'm not counting that one, Tobes.
Why?
Because it was Jason Sanders' standout game. You don't.
I'll never forget that. My brother-in-law ruined it for me. I was like,
Why? What happened again?
Because for some reason, my father-in-law decides we were over there for Noche Buena, and by some reason, unbeknownst to me, they needed to pirate CBS. Which I'm like, you guys don't have an antenna? Like, I could stand out there with tinfoil and get CBS. And so it was on a delay, obviously. Which, by the way, as an aside, can I just say, hey, reporters at the Panthers game, can we give a few, like a 10 Mississippi before we tweet goal? You guys are spoiling the holy hell out of the Panthers game. And I gotta tell you, ESPN streaming, pretty slow. So this is just a PSA. You know what? You guys, David Dwork, Roy, George Richards, Jameson Olive, love you guys. I couldn't do, this without the great work you guys do, right? Just asking if you wouldn't mind. Just give it a second. Just like a 10 Mississippi on the tweeting out Montour goal. I was like, because I'm a 2-screener.
Whoa, says the guy that spoiled the tour draft to everyone on stream.
Wow.
No, that wasn't fair. Because everybody was tuning into that draft to specifically see our reactions to it. And I never said Tua. I just went, oh.
Which is...
That's all I did. That's all I did.
Just
That's
like
all I did.
I'm
just saying, look, you guys do with it what you want.
How addicted do you have to be to Twitter to have hockey goals spoiled?
I'm on Twitter. I'm just, I don't know what to tell you. I'm a 2-screener.
I'm never on Twitter and TV at the same time.
But you would agree that, like, it's different in basketball where it's like there's a ton of points. Goals are pretty rare. Right. So for me to know that the goal,
but why don't you just watch the damn game?
Because sometimes
and
I'm
not worry about Twitter.
Peeking down. I like to get some of the thoughts of Panthers Twitter as the game is going on.
Look to see if they scored.
No,
you're looking for that.
I'm not.
Why not? Why look?
Because sometimes some things are happening in Panthers Twitter that I want to tweet about or people are tweeting about, not just goals that happened during the game, but then all of a sudden on my time, like, goal! I'm like, oh. And then I got to wait on my screen, and there it is. And so I'm just saying, if we could just
wait. So
people covering the Panthers.
Chip has a problem. Okay. He says, I've been watching NBA NHL playoffs on Max app, and it's like 10 seconds faster than my Xfinity broadcast. We're talking about people watching the game on rabbit ears.
No. If you watch it on rabbit ears, you're going to get faster than anybody.
Oh, he was watching it on bootleg.
Yeah, that was my point. Okay, so yeah, getting back to my problem with how my brother-in-law ruined Christmas Eve. The Dolphins were setting up to kick, and we're watching on a pirate stream at my father-in-law's house. And again, it's CBS. I don't know how he didn't have that. Everybody does. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. But pirate feed it was. And we're sitting there, and Jason Sanders is lining up for the kick, and he's like, "You want to know what's going to happen?" Because he's got the answer on his phone already. And I'm like, "No. You're going to be happy." Hey, dude.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Get out of here. Bastard.
Wait, somebody pulled the Tobin on you?
Yeah. He doesn't care. He's a Patriots fan. So, like, he's like,
How does it feel?
I don't like it. I don't like it. So, him pipe down, and also Panthers reporters live on Boots on the Ground. If we could just like a 30 Mississippi type
30 Mississippi.
like just a little bit of a calm down on the tweet.
At that point, 30 Mississippi, you're behind. Might
Now,
as well not even
you want them to announce the goal when the announcer at the arena announces
I don't
know that might be 3 minutes later.
I get it, but in high state, like what if we're watching, and things are happening, the games wind down, but also something is you're wanting some Panthers insight, and then all of a sudden goal is on your Twitter feed, and you're like, oh, it got ruined for me. It's happened multiple times.
How about they don't have like cable?
Who?
Where you got to watch the game, or you were watching the game on regular TV.
Leroy, I don't know what to tell you. You're not the right person to talk about this with. You won't even watch 2 games at once, let alone be on Twitter and watch a game. So
I watch this when the Dolphins and the Browns play, I watch both games.
No, you don't. You've told me you listen to one like it's 1946.
No, but I haven't. Wait, I also said I have it on my computer.
There's Joe Flacco.
Wait a minute.
Joe Flacco stepping back.
Wait a minute. Every Sunday I call you and ask you for the thing.
Hold on.
That's what I got it for.
You've told me you listen to radio and watch one.
No, because here's what I do. I have the headphones on with my computer, with my laptop right there, watching the Browns, right? On my TV, I have the Dolphins, right? When I go to Cleveland, I'm at the game, but I put my headphones on, right? And I listen to the Dolphins game on the Sirius app. That's when I do that. So even though I'm at the Browns game, I'm listening to the Dolphins game.
All right. So
that's the only time I do
was asking if they could just refrain from tweeting for like 25
really?
seconds.
Wait.
Sure,
Have you ever refrained?
I do refrain. I don't tweet a ton when I'm at games.
David, if you're listening, please do us a favor. Can you please call Tobin prior to tweeting every single time?
I would, yeah, or don't. Just let me enjoy the game, and just keep your comments.
Wow.
Like,
wait a minute.
Tweet about whatever you want.
You are the number one culprit.
No, that's not true.
Everything.
That's not true.
You are.
How am I the number one culprit?
You're Elon Musk.
Except for that uncle. You're gonna be happy.
Hated that, dude. Give us something for Goosies, no Goosies here, Marcos. What do we got for Goosies? No Goosies.
Goosies or no Goosies? Usually you feel that all over your body, but there could be a bit of butterflies in one's stomach from time to time. And if you're Rick Carlisle, it could be a little whiny belly aching. This is Rick Carlisle yesterday following the collapse of the Indiana Pacers.
I'm always talking to our guys about not making it about the officials. But we deserve a fair shot, and it's just not. There's not a consistent balance, and that's disappointing. Small market teams deserve an equal shot. They deserve a fair shot. no matter where they're playing.
Wow.
Whoa, dude.
Wow.
This is a market thing now.
It has more credibility coming from him.
Yeah, but
'Cause
that
that dude is right.
That being said, no Goosies.
Oh,
Why?
No Goosies.
You
Because it's like
complain more, wait. You complain more about how everybody gets more calls than Jim. You do.
I'll tell you where I lost.
You're gonna say no Goosies. The next time you do it, automatically.
Well, can I explain?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I don't have a problem with him complaining about the refs. We could be physical too. Totally fine with that. When he starts going, small market teams deserve a chance. Ooh, I'm like,
okay, hey,
all right, Mr. Mayor.
As soon as he does it, because you know it's coming. You know it's coming. There is no man that complains about officiating more than Tobin.
It's not the officiating.
No.
It's the officiating.
What? That is officiating.
No, I'm not complaining about the officiating. I'm complaining about him like running for the mayor of Smallville. Ooh, it's
okay.
When you start complaining, chance.
When you start complaining the way you do about Jimmy not getting calls, then we know we're gonna say you're also running for mayor for Smallville.
All right, dude. What is Rick Carlisle also going to bring his best pig to the county fair?
By the way, I found out. Wow, jeez. Found out in America, you have to have your pig over 150 pounds in order for it to be considered a hog. That's good information if you got it.
Wait.
Do you have Goosies over Rick Carlisle?
No.
So you agree with me.
No Goosies.
No, I just don't have Goosies about anybody complaining about that. Ain't nothing you can do about it now.
Marcos?
No Goosies. Stop whining.
No Goosies.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying small teams deserve a chance. Woo! They sent 78 plays into the NBA. That's a lot of plays.
That's like the whole game.
I feel bad for the film guy. It's like, really, Rick? We don't want to just
all 78
work on stopping Jalen Brunson? Hey, Todd the intern, send in those 78 plays.
You got it, Mr. Carlisle. And also, best of luck over at the ribbon cutting at the dairy farm.
Okay. We're just some small town people. Oh, I'm just here. Small towns deserve a chance.
All right, Brian Adams, calm down.
Everybody here. I see the guy. I see Gaylord Fokker over there. I see the fella from 30 Rock, and I think they just like their celebrities. Well, we got celebrities too. All right. What about Miss Bessie? Best baker in all of Indiana.
Famous people from Indiana.
Good luck.
Larry Bird. Oh, shocker. What a shocker.
Oh, man. Take a break. Final hour coming up after this.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass Auto Mall.
gotta introduce y'all. I'm got my squad, right? Nobody named
Tobes.
Yes, sir. Don't try to shame me.
No.
It's not going to work.
Wait.
It's going to backfire, I promise.
At the break, I have found something out about Frog Boy.
Oh, get out of here. They disagreed as well.
No. You got to talk to him again.
All right.
That may be one of the more disgusting things that Frog Boy does.
This is where you draw the line, huh?
What happened?
This is where I draw the line.
No way.
I don't care about the eating flies
Gross.
and
Web
pooping
feet.
on the patio
No, that's not true.
and the web feet, but this here takes the cake.
All right.
He buys you shoes.
Okay, no. The way
Wait,
you're setting
what?
it up- Oh, the way you're setting it up.
No, and he was showing me like he was impressed. I got these for
You know,
$40.
his shoes do look pretty ratty all the time.
Oh,
right.
no, get
He
out.
got some rat shoes, dude. You
And he's
buy it
showing-
like that?
He's showing me
No
as
way,
a proud
bro.
papa
Yeah.
of the owner of those shoes. And I'm like, dude, that's disgusting.
No way.
Not putting my foot in the
sneaker conventions. If you go to any sort of, if you know anything about shoes and sneakers, and if you actually take care of them the way some of these people do, not me, the way some of these people do, you walk a certain way, you have crease protectors, you make sure that you do all these.
What's the
unnecessary
point?
things.
Hold on.
All right.
What's the point in owning the shoes if you got to wear crease protectors and walk a certain way?
I agree. Because I don't do those things.
Crease
But
protectors.
there's people who take care of their shoes with
Right.
such meticulous routine that it makes me feel like, sure, I would love to purchase those at a discounted
But
rate.
here's the one part you're missing.
Yeah.
Their nasty ass feet have been in those shoes.
Yeah, what if they've gone no sock on them?
So I've gotten a little fungus here and there. What does it matter?
Dude,
Wow.
dude, can I just say
Small
this?
And you
smell.
got on
This
me
is
for
from
wearing
this is from my
flip-flops?
This is from my own personal experience.
Yeah.
Anytime I've given a pair of shoes away,
Yep.
I've tried them on, they didn't fit. I put them back in the box.
One and
That's
done.
it. That's it. Okay. I'm not wearing the shoes to show my friends I own them and then get rid of them. Because that's all these people are doing.
Can
You
I ask
see
you
what I'm saying?
And I am the beneficiary.
No,
of
you're not.
that. Why
No,
not?
you're a beneficiary of nasty feet in somebody else's shoes.
Okay.
What next you know you're gonna buy drawers? Because I
he-
think that's just as personable.
You're like, what else? You also like you're going to the vintage shop, you're buying somebody's old sweaty jersey or something like that?
I'm gonna tell you-
Marcos?
I did actually. No, I did. I totally did. I got a Ben Wallace jersey for $15 and a great Miami Dolphins throwback jacket too. That got me through Detroit.
Hey, let me explain something to you.
What do you think of these bad boys? You wouldn't purchase these?
Can I see the bottoms of them?
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
I'm trying to zoom in a little bit. Let me see if I get that. Yeah, they look really used, dude. Like,
Oh, don't say really
it looks
used.
really used.
Hey,
No way.
dude.
They got scuffs on them.
Well, a little bit of dirt on the bottom
Oh,
of my.
No, wait.
God.
Can I say something,
Small
Marcos?
amount of
Marcos,
dirt.
can I say something?
Yeah.
If they haven't taken the time
I may purchase these.
to clean the bottom of the shoe,
Yeah.
what do you think is in the inside of the shoe?
I can tell you there's a picture of that as well.
Yeah, but
No, see, Smeathan, why you got to take it to the next level?
Just a little bit of doo-doo.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this: I bought a jacket from Goodwill that I had to wear as a costume or something like that.
Oh, as a costume?
Yeah. I was wearing we had to wear a 70s outfit or something years ago. So I went there, get a plaid suit, something like that. But no, we're not talking about privilege. That's not privilege.
Here's the thing, though.
Privilege is, you know what?
I'm gonna buy
If
these shoes.
I don't need to have a pair of Jordans if I gotta buy some used ones.
Do you know? Are you buying these shoes? Do you know where they're coming from, or are they South Florida shoes? Because the South Florida shoe funk's a different kind of funk.
Yeah, it's in the up north shoe.
Let's find out where Big L 1716 is from. I'll tell you right now. He is from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh no, too hot.
Oh,
too hot.
Come on,
Too hot, dude.
No.
Dude,
You got some Breaking Bad shoes?
I'm not sure. Look, these are called the
hey,
Hirachi
Dead
Orcas.
South.
It's a good sign.
Wait, Dead South a valid question.
Yeah.
Does tough acting to acting come with the
Okay.
used shoes?
No way. Look, I get the Kelly Blue Book with these shoes. I know what their value is, and I'm getting a good deal here. I'm not gonna let you shame me into not.
Dude, I'm not shaming you. I'm just straight out telling
called
you.
me a bum before.
Yes.
Like, are those famous shoes that you're getting? Like, are they collector's shoes, or you just like the style?
No, okay, so they're not, I wouldn't say collectors, but it's a certain style of shoe that is hard to get anywhere else. So if you have someone who purchased it and now it is no longer in sale, the only way that I'd be able to get them is from a third party.
Dude,
Yeah, but like
third party tennis shoes is like,
Well, you can't find any that are new.
I mean, what if the $50 or best offer? So I'm gonna lowball them.
$50.
I'm gonna lowball.
If he's asking for $50, he hopes he gets $30.
Yeah.
You could definitely go to like one of those rack warehouse places for $50. Hell, you could go to the Nike outlet for $50 and you can get a nice pair of shoes.
Yeah, they
never been worn.
Guys, and they're always like, are they really cool? Or are they just what's left over?
Somebody said Hirachas are not hard to find.
All right. Well, you know what? Then
Wait, dude. $50. Those are definitely coming with bodies.
Okay. Just a few basketball games. Don't you like shoes broken in? Don't they? You don't
Not
like
by
them.
somebody else.
Come on,
Dude, what is wrong with you, Marcos?
Who breaks a shoe in
Marcos,
better than another person?
Marcos,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. As my boy, we just broke a little bread together,
It's so
had some conversation
I
over
bought
delicious
you
fries
lunch,
and burger.
Leroy.
Let me tell you, this is not a good look.
Come on.
Not a good look.
How do you think
Dude.
I have money to do all these great things? I splurge on food instead of shoes.
Dude.
Let's see. I'm gonna lowball this guy. What do you guys think I should do? I'm gonna make an offer right now.
Free.
$43. That's what I'm going with.
Tell him we'll give him the platform to sell his shoes on our show if he gives you the shoes for $20. But we need an autopsy of the shoe. I want to know.
I'm bringing the shoe.
Tell him he gets a free segment on the shoe.
Send the shoes to CSI.
But I want to know how many times he's worn those shoes.
This is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna purchase these shoes. I'm gonna lowball them. All right. If he says okay, I will purchase the shoe. I will bring it in. I will open the box on camera. I will bring in a black light, gloves, and I may hire a personal investigator as well.
All right.
Wow. It's all gonna start with a lowball though. Because
Somebody said, man, Marcos, you're right. Leroy, you're too old to understand. I'm not the only one.
man, you guys never went to like a dunk exchange. Do you know what that means? You
No.
know, a dunk exchange.
Dunk
It's where
exchange?
No, because it would all be
go.
it would be my luck.
But you're
I have
telling-
the only ones that nobody wants. The black.
No.
and white.
I would understand. Like, okay, let's say you want a pair of, I don't know, Jordans that are like collector's items that, okay, maybe you want to wear that. I bet you they've barely been wearing.
Yeah.
Those look like somebody's, like
Just got tired of.
They just got
It looked
worn
like
out,
some
dude.
It looked like shoes they just got tired of.
You're not sitting here buying like a pair of $300 collector item shoes. You're buying functional shoes that somebody else has already functioned in.
I don't like that you use a word with funk in it. Like I wouldn't notice that you're trying to take a shot at me. But I do. Okay, there was a pair of Jordans on here that I did purchase for $140 that came with no soles.
Oh!
I mean, I put my Dr. Scholl's in them anyway, right?
Dude.
I feel like I'm walking on a cloud.
Dude, if Marcos, look at me.
Oh, I'm making
Look
the
at me.
offer. I gotta make the offer.
If you are spending $140 on old Jordans,
Yeah.
and it don't have soles,
Yeah.
and you still paid $140,
Well, typically it'd be $250 for those shoes.
not without soles.
Well, that's why you take a little off the top. You take a little off.
A little. Were they brand new?
Well, they looked good.
Yeah, Brandon.
Oh my goodness.
Stolen from their
Dude.
souls.
You need like
Yeah.
a shoe forensics
No
scientist when you buy shoes.
If I sell you a car, right, and I'm like, the AC doesn't work, you're gonna take a little off the top. It's the same thing.
no
It's the
AC,
same
no
thing.
AC in Florida,
Yes,
Like
I don't-
that was
dude,
like
it has no soles. That's like buying a car with no wheels.
but they were the Jordan flu games. Remember, he was super sick. They carried him off the court.
That weren't the actual ones. It was just the brand.
But every time I wear them, I feel like I need to be carried off the court. I always feel that way, though.
Well, you better get the other 3 people who got to carry you those same shoes so they can feel light.
Dade South says that Pat Riley's trying to win with a bunch of undrafted guys like Marcos is trying to get these discount shoes. You got Cole Spiders.
I
What
do
do we do?
I do
Marcos,
Yeah.
this
All
is
right.
one of the worst things.
Can I
Look,
just say-
listen, I've accepted the seafood thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. All right.
But this is disgusting.
Look, I've only had one bad experience.
You
and
bought shoes with no sole,
I've only had one bad experience.
and you spent the most for those shoes than you spent for any other pair of shoes.
Yeah, how you keep going back to the well?
Because everything else has been good. It's been good. Okay, the one time I had a bad experience, I should have known. It just something was off by it. I ended up wearing the shoes to Universal and hit a water ride. And let's just say by the end of me making my second lap around Islands of Adventure, I had to make a little stoppy stop to pick up some sandals because I may or may not have walked through my shoes.
You blew them up like Zion?
That was just my walking. The glue melted.
The resale shoes that you bought for $40.
All right.
And you still do it.
No, okay, well, look.
Incredible.
Sometimes you miss your shots, all right? You don't stop shooting because you miss
That's
your
not
shot.
the quote. I don't think Deion Waiters was talking about buying resells.
I think he was.
Oh my goodness.
Come on,
Dude,
dude. If anyone
Marcos,
is
we
listening on here and you have some good shoes,
Have some
size
shame.
12, you let me know, man. You hit me up on the DMs.
Take a break. Back at
This is terrible.
It's a whole segment of shaming me.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Going to talk a little boxing coming on up in about 15 minutes. We will talk to Blair. The Blair Cobbs is going to be fighting Adrian Broner, maybe June 7th. If he shows up. If he shows up.
That might be one of the craziest things I've ever seen, right? That's crazy, right?
If he shows up.
So, Marcos.
That was on the flyer, by the way, for Don King Promotions.
The official flyer.
The official flyer. Broner versus Cobbs, in parentheses, if Broner shows up.
Marcos.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I will bring you a pair of shoes.
All right.
Okay. But here's the kicker.
Let's do an investigation of both.
Here's the kicker.
Yeah.
I've worn them one time, and they're LeBrons.
Oh, I'll definitely gracefully appreciate those.
But what size shoe do you wear?
12.
Yeah, okay. Same size. Samesies. Only the only
camera, by the way.
The only Bigfoot, huh?
Can't see you. There you go.
There you go.
The only Bigfoot is, but I think his foot is the same size. He just got a wide foot. So he get an extra size. You.
Marcos?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
I got 13s, dude. I got some honkers on me.
Matches your nose.
Totally fair. Totally, dude. I got you know what's crazy? I know I have big feet genetically because my daughter probably not gonna be any bigger than 5'2", but she got my clown feet.
Oh, my daughter and my wife wore the same shoes when she was 10.
Yeah, like I'm looking at my daughter, like,
yeah,
you got some pretty big feet for being a little kid.
Right.
Like, look at you. She got some real flippers on her. I'm like, what?
I've been walking around the
here?
office shaming Marcos.
Real.
Everybody's been shaming him.
It's called studio to studio.
Wow. Yeah, well, deserved.
Dude,
No,
come on, dude. Right? You're the only one. Like, and I love the way you tried to drop this tidbit of information on us. Yeah. Like we wasn't gonna take a pause.
It's totally normal, dude. It is socially acceptable.
I mean, I don't think what you're doing is.
So I asked Mio, right?
Yes.
And he said it depends.
It depends.
He said, "Is it like a special edition or nothing?"
Right.
I'm like, no, regular shoes.
No, I wouldn't say they're not regular shoes.
They're not regular. You're wearing them around as regular, dude.
He's buying Shaq Payless shoes.
Oh, I just go to Payless.
He buying those Starberries.
Yeah, he's buying some Starberries.
Some of my favorite comments was like, "I shop at Pay Even Less."
Oh man.
Dude, you're the worst. Like, I'm like, we learn things. I'm like, this can't be real.
Can you get Alexander Barkov from last night, Marcos? Alexander Barkov watching his team whoop ass on the Boston Bruins. Barky had a couple of goals. A nice day for Sasha on the ice. Here was what the captain had to say on the brouhaha.
Sometimes it happens in playoffs, and it's okay. We go through that, and they go through that. But I think when the puck drops, everyone's going to be trying to play their game. It's not going to be like that, at least right away. But that's why sometimes it happens, and it's okay.
I think though what they're gonna have to wait, like it does feel like the Bruins are gonna look for revenge on Tkachuk for sure. But guess what? You're gonna have a problem because I just saw 7 Panthers whoop your guys' asses. I mean, I didn't see a Bruin win a fight.
One that they started.
Yeah, like I didn't see them. I saw a lot of Panthers ending out on top on these brawls. So I don't know how that's gonna go for them. Paul Maurice, cool as a cucumber. Not worried about it.
Not
here was
even
him on.
a little bit.
Here was him on the fight.
Boys being boys. No, all I wanted to do the refs coming over. They were handing out 10s like they were candy at that point. And you wouldn't have noticed with Barkov at that point. He played a shift defense, which he loves to do. I'm not really excited about it. Just if you're going to start throwing everybody, can you throw a few forwards out? Leaving a couple of defensemen. That's all. Look at it. It's just a game, and these guys play hard. They care about their teammates. The energy gets up, and everybody, well, that was good. If you paid money to come to the rink tonight, you had a hell of a night.
Oh, he's right. Especially Jalen Ramsey.
I like how mellow he is about the chaos going on.
Boys will be boys.
So his whole idea, this whole thing was, hey, make sure we have a couple of forwards. Make sure we have, like, he's trying to figure out his roster.
Save me a couple defensemen.
Right. Save me a couple of defensemen. He's trying to get his roster right. And they're like, nobody cares about that.
Their coach has to go deal with his Pasta has to go to his coach Montgomery. He's like, Tkachuk wants to fight me. Can I? He goes. He probably goes to him. Don't lose.
No, oh
And
no.
then he did.
It's like, no, he probably looked at him like, you sure you want that smoke? You're not a fighter.
It's not
That's
your
not
thing.
worse. Well, it's not worse than the non-tough guy trying to be tough and get a two-piece.
Yeah,
right?
like he didn't like if somebody challenged Barkov to a fight, he'd be like, It's like not my thing. Don't feel like it.
Yeah, Tkachuk's different though.
It's a hey, by the way, Al Mackey, it's a brace.
What is your finger okay? Is that from golf? I've noticed that the last few days.
It's you know what trigger finger is?
Yeah.
What? No,
Do you?
No, you don't.
There's
What's
no
trigger
one-
finger?
don't know.
What's trigger finger? Let's go.
It's when Marcos hits the drops too quick.
No. It's the ligaments. The ligaments in your hand. You'll bend your knuckle like this, and it'll stick. You can't move it, so you have to stretch that ligament out. I always do hand exercises every day because I've got some pretty messed up hands. When I was in Vegas, I didn't. So when I got up Sunday morning to leave, my finger was stuck like this, like Spider-Man.
And that's happened to you before, or somebody
Yeah,
told you?
so I know what to do. I just get the brace and put it on, stretch it out, do some exercises, and no doubt. It hurts like hell though, because when it gets stuck, you gotta straighten it out.
I don't think anybody fires a gun with their middle finger though.
Huh.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's a pointer finger kind of.
Pointer finger, unless you're an archer. You know.
It's still called trigger finger.
Yeah, but it really shouldn't be. Like I think trigger finger
What
is
should it be
only
called?
archer finger. You know, because you got the bow and arrow.
Dude, you're not an archer.
Is that how you're?
Oh, I'm an archer. I'm an
No,
archer.
you're not like Robbie.
Oh,
Like with my wait,
scoop it and let go.
dude. I can't explain how Robbie hit anything. Right?
Yeah.
He first of all,
Should we add that to the
if
Olympics?
if you would have saw Robbie shooting bow and arrow, you know what you would have said? Oh, he can police it just like Tua. He was the only person doing lobs with the bow and arrow, but not missing.
I'll tell you
Schmieden
what.
says that Tobin has dead finger.
No, that was hilarious. But like the dead foot thing is still
But I had.
That's not dead foot, dude.
Right.
You had like from
Agree to
sitting around
disagree.
too long, your foot was numb.
No, that's falling asleep. Like, no, I had it was in so much pain that like the nerves couldn't take it anymore, and so dead foot for the next few days.
So they played. It
Got that possum foot.
Wait, it was so painful. Your nerves couldn't take it. So
Yeah, something
Dude,
like that.
you know what, Marcos?
Yeah.
Here's how a guy talks who has never been hurt in his life.
No, that's not true. I've had injuries.
No, you haven't.
I've had injuries, dude.
No, you
I got
haven't.
a lot of pain.
The next injury you have is when I have to take you to get your wisdom teeth taken.
I had dislocated shoulder. All right,
Oh.
bad.
No,
All I
you-
did, I swear
Wait.
to God,
Who
What happened?
diagnosed it?
myself. The shoulder popped out of its socket.
This was college.
That
This
does
happened in
not
college.
mean you had a dislocated shoulder.
What does it mean? What do you mean? If it's out of its location, it's
It could also-
dislocated.
It could have also been the tendon just popping in and out of the joint.
Oh no, dude! It was the whole day because it was like it was stuck there. And I had
Hey,
to-
wait, how did you get it back?
I had to do the.
How did you get it back?
I had to like throw it back in.
Oh, so wait, so he had to do the what's my man's name that could break his shoulder from the cop show? You know what I'm talking about with Mel Gibson
Danny Glover,
and Mel Gibson and Danny Glover.
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. Remember he could put his shoulder in and out of. So yeah, so
No.
you know what? You're the only person that has never been hurt, but it can explain stuff that makes you the toughest SOB walking the
Oh,
face.
dude, it was a brute, but it's been recurring because I never worked on it, you know. So like, if I would have it, I had it originally in high school, then it would recur when I was in the furniture warehouse. You know, I re-injured it in a flag football tournament. You know, it was just recurring. But you know, I wasn't trying to make any leagues, so I didn't get any surgery on it.
I said Leroy had trigger finger and Tobin had fork finger.
I get that every Thanksgiving. That's serious.
No, like you've never been hurt, but you try to.
No, I'm not trying to
talk
make
with the
anything up.
big boys and talk injuries.
Dude,
so you
I
had
had
a
it-
dislocated shoulder.
Yep.
That periodically. Wait, let me get this straight. You had a dislocated shoulder.
Yep.
That periodically dislocates on its own.
It still will. Like if I like try and put the
It's
seatbelt on
not
wrong,
a bad door hinge.
dude, I'm telling you, if I put the seat, well, not like you. I mean, you'll lose a fight to a seatbelt, but like if I reach the wrong way,
No, I didn't.
I will get out. Yeah, it hurts.
You're the worst. You're like this guy. You're the worst.
I'm telling you, dude.
Right. You got any metal in you?
No.
Okay.
No. I did get a bad cut on my eye one time from beach.
Dropping the keg on your head.
No, we were doing some wrestling on the beach one time in the fraternity, and I split it open.
Grown men wrestling on the beach.
I wouldn't call us grown men. I mean, we're like 18, 19, so some horseplay.
That's very masculine.
Horseplay.
It was fun. I mean, until I had to go to the hospital to get my eye stitched up.
So you've had stitches?
Oh yeah.
He's tough.
No, you haven't.
What do you mean? Why would I lie about that?
Because I know you. I know you.
I have a picture.
Wait,
I have a
wait.
picture.
And anytime. Wait. Come on.
I have a
With
picture.
all the things that have happened to my body.
Yeah.
You know he would have mentioned that. I had to have stitches.
That's embarrassing. No, mentioning my injuries to your injuries, that's embarrassing. I wouldn't do that. You just say I've never been injured. I've been injured.
No,
it's not like you. I mean, I haven't had like my own own crew break my rib.
Wait, right, a person who goes, yeah, dislocated my shoulder. And periodically it just dislocates on its own.
It does though.
Really?
I know, but I would never mention that with you. You obviously you've had hand surgery and a broken.
No, but I don't talk about. You're the one that brings it up. I never bring it up.
It's hard not to bring
You've
it up.
never been hurt.
You one time told me I'm going to get both my thumbs worked on. How am I not going to bring that up?
Fused.
Hey, you see, after I got the first one, yeah, that second one, you on your own, buddy.
We'll talk a little boxing with Adrian Broner's opponent. Maybe Blair the Flair Cobbs joins us on the show. If Adrian Broner shows up on June 7th, he's on Don King's promotion. Very, very entertaining personality and a crazy story. Bring you that next.
This hour of Tobin and Leroy is sponsored by Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, home of the $8,000 trade. KendallDodgeChryslerJeepRam.com. And the Panthers have evened up their series with the Bruins. That's on the agenda today. Game 3 is tomorrow night at 7, and you can listen to it here. Dolphins in the news. OTAs are coming up in a couple of weeks, and Raheem Mostert knows what he wants to do this season.
Just continue to just do what I do at the highest level and help this team out and trying to bring home a championship.
We'll have all the Dolphins news that happens this offseason. League leading Inter Miami is getting ready for their match with Montreal. You can listen to it here Saturday at 7:30. Heading to the weekend, Thursday, May 9th. On AM 560 Sports, WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Audacy app. Download it today to listen to us live or on demand.
You get better prices at Austin Burke. Here's Kenny Sager telling you why.
Why is it cheaper at Austin Burke? Or should I say less expensive? Because I don't pay that kind of rent. I've been there for so many years that we can put the savings to you. We're a warehouse. We're not like those other stores that say they're warehouses. They're not warehouses.
Only Austin Burke.
You come into my store, you got 20,000 square feet of men's clothing. That's it. Men's clothing. That's it. Austin Burke. That's why everybody comes, and I keep the prices because I make them right, so you buy quality and quantity. Guys come in for one suit, they walk out with 5. Listen, you come into my store, I got beautiful jeans, beautiful unconstructed sport coats, starting at $129, jeans starting at $99 out of $200, skinny jeans, you look like you just came out of Rodeo Drive. We don't even inflate it. Our prices are right. You don't know what you're missing.
Austin Burke, 2601 Northwest 6th Avenue in Miami.
Hey, Miami. There's one part of my daily routine that stays tropical year-round. Celsius Tropical Vibe with a delicious combination of starfruit and pineapple. Miami is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks.
Get ready for spring with Yamaha Wave Runners during the Best of Show sales event. Check out our special offers with quick and easy financing and APR as low as 5.99% for 36 months. Jet Ski of Miami and Fisherman's Boat Group is Yamaha's marine superstore for over 60 years and your go-to dealer for all things Yamaha, from service to accessories. Visit us at jetskiofmiami.com and let us have you on the water today with your new Yamaha Wave Runner.
Manufacturer suggested retail price does not include prep, freight, or tax. Monthly APR rate on price based on Tier 1 qualifying APR. See dealer for details.
The Hyundai RNC Show returns this Memorial Day weekend, May 25th and 26th on Miami Beach. Free to the public. Bring the whole family out to enjoy a fun, wholesome, patriotic weekend at the beach. More details at usasalute.com. Sponsored by Hyundai.
When you give it your all to be in peak condition, sometimes you face serious setbacks. From rotator cuff tears to tendon injuries and many other common sports concerns. Our experts at the University of Miami Sports Medicine Institute, part of UHealth University of Miami Health System, use innovative treatments customized for your recovery goals so you can get back to training. Go where the pros go for the world-class treatment that will empower you to recover your game. Schedule an appointment today at uhealthsports.com.
This weekend only, save up to $20,000 off MSRP at Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. It's the season to save. Drive a 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee for just $279 per month, or drive a Ram $1,500 for $255 per month. Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.com.
When you're the victim of a car crash, insurance companies want you to settle for pennies on the dollar. Don't. I'm Glenn Levine. Experience the Anajar Levine difference. Call our office at 1-800-747-FREE and take back control of your life. Main office, Fort Lauderdale.
Let's talk trucks. Palmetto Ford of Miami, family owned and operated since 1966. Whatever you're looking for, Explorer, Edge, F-150, F-250, F-750. What truck do you need? They got it. I'm talking pickup, landscape, dump trucks, cargo vans, and box trucks. Put it to you this way. If it exists, they got it. It doesn't matter whether you need 2 vans or 40, they got it. Take it from me, cut out the middleman, and save the vig. Get it straight from the source. Palmetto Ford, they know trucks, and yeah, they got it.
You love South Florida. Easy access to transportation, beaches, and housing that works for your family. That's why AARP is here in South Florida with free tips and events to help make your place safe for years to come. We're also fighting for better streets, lower utility rates, and more, all so you can stay in the neighborhood you love. Help shape the future of housing in South Florida with AARP. Come to the free event May 15th. Sign up at aarp.org/local.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Your favorite shows, the games of your favorite Miami teams, and more can be heard on the free Audacy app. Don't miss out. Download it today and make WQAM your favorite station.
Notorious.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're in Las Vegas. It is Radio Row here for Canelo and Jaime Munguia, but very excited. Guys know we love the boxing scene down in South Florida, and a man who's going to be main eventing, he's going down to the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Blair Cobbs, Blair the Flair, joining us here. He is going to be fighting Adrian Broner. Blair, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm having a great time. My training has been wonderful. Everything's been great. Thank you for having me on board.
Hey, man, it's great to have you. Can you tell us a little bit about how the fight came to be, presented for an opportunity to come down to our home down in South Florida and fight the problem?
Well, honestly, I gotta tip my hat off to Broner and Broner's team. They reached out to me and said they were interested in taking the fight, and that was something that I've been pushing for a very, very long time. They finally cracked and said yes, let's make the fight happen, and here we are.
So, what was your reaction when he first started pushing for you? Were you surprised a little bit? Was it or did you figure you would be able to lure into this matchup?
I was like, okay, well, let's see it happen. I kind of take that kind of thought process nowadays, because I tend to be the kind of person that will count my eggs before they hatch. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. So I kind of just was on the edge, is this gonna happen? It's not gonna happen. We'll see how it happens. You know.
For the South Floridians who's never seen you box before and then are going to buy tickets to the show, what can they expect from a Blair the Flair type of performance?
They can expect nothing but the best in entertainment, drama, action. This is something very, very big, and for someone that considers himself the most excited man in boxing, Blair the Flair, I tend to go out there and woo all night long, baby.
How has that always been a thing that's important to you, not to only be a good fighter but to be an entertainer?
Absolutely. Boxing needs more entertainment. Boxing needs true mega stars to push the envelope forward, and Blair the Flair is one of them.
What do you make of Adrian as an opponent? Obviously, he's been on some very big stages before. He's kind of on this bounce back, and I know you're going to probably stand in the way of that bounce back. So what do you make of his skill set now? Still dangerous, or do you feel like this is a guy that's maybe not the same that he was at his best?
Adrian Broner is still young, still a problem, and I have to be at my very, very best to perform at the elite level and stop him. And that's the thing. Once this happens, Blair the Flair is the number one guy in the welterweight division. I will be the only person that actually fought a true big name and a real fighter that's been multiple world champion. Broner has a ton of skills, a ton of ability, and has a persona to even match the abilities that he has. So me going out there to impress and dazzle the world with a major upset is everything that I intend to do.
Sometimes in his fight weeks, shenanigans can pop up, and is he going to show up to the fight? So there's been times where it's pulled out. Is there any part of you that has to just kind of block that out because it's not in your control? Or you mentioned sometimes you're a counting type of a chickens type of guy. Do you worry about that at all? He might not be ready for the fight, or there may be something that pops up, and how do you deal with that, or how will you deal with that?
Well, I deal with it like this. I wake up every morning and realize that on my vision board that I had for God knows how long, there was only one thing on that vision board outside of $100 million and a beautiful mansion in Malibu. It was Adrian Broner versus Blair the Flair. And me knowing that fight is inevitably going to happen, and I'm going to be the winner. I'm going to be great, and it's going to happen no matter what. In my heart, in my mind, in my spirit, all I have to do is give it to God. I give it to God, and I believe, I have faith that everything's going to work out just the way it's supposed to. This is God-given.
Blair, can you talk a little bit about, reading in your bio, it says that you went and turned pro early in Mexico and lived there till you were 18. Can you talk about your journey just a little bit of that?
Well, I didn't turn pro in Mexico. What ends up happening, as a child, I was in Mexico. I was on a run. My father was on the FBI most wanted list and things like that. Things that I was not aware of. I wasn't aware that he was a kingpin drug dealer. I just knew that things were very nice at one point. We're living in Beverly Hills. I'm going to the school that I always wanted to go to because I watched Clueless. You know what I mean? So now I'm going to Beverly Hills High School, and it was a beautiful environment, beautiful time period that came crashing down to a series of unfortunate events that plagued me to be in in some of the toughest and grimiest places in the world. Like there was like Guadalajara, Mexico. Like I was in a pretty nice little area, but then like I would still go to like the toughest cities and the toughest streets to the boxing area to get involved in boxing. I got involved in boxing because it was like one of my last resorts. It's like if I have nothing, I have no identity, I have nothing, I could die today and nobody would ever know that I even existed. Like I don't like most of my like closest family members are either there or dead. So like I could die right now and it doesn't really matter. So at that point, it's like, what's the worst thing what's the most reckless thing I can get into? What's the most reckless thing I can get into? Well, you know something? I always wanted to box. I always wanted to get in there with like some of the toughest people. And if I could die in that ring, then at least be that way. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it was one of those situations where as though like I went into the gym the first day I sparred. You know what I mean? The first guy, I completely I deleted him. I never saw him again. But the second guy completely destroyed me. You know, completely destroyed me. And I just kept coming back. I kept coming back. And
what age was that at when you first started?
That was at like 15 years old.
15 years old.
Yeah. And I kept coming back and something happened. I didn't die like I thought I should have been. You know, I'm in the grimiest streets. You know what I mean? Yeah, and
you're boxing in Mexico?
Yeah.
Because that's like, I mean, obviously we're Cinco de Mayo weekend. This is like such a storied sport for them too. But like, was there a different style even then in the gyms? Like when you were 15 years old, you're walking in here. Like, what was it? Like, what was the shock like for that? Because that's like a second religion down there from Mexico too.
Yeah, like that's why I expected to die. You know what I mean? Like, this is supposed to be the biggest fighting city in the world. In Guadalajara, like, at the time, I knew Canelo. You know what I mean? I knew Canelo before Canelo was Canelo. He was just Saul. You know what I mean? He was some red-headed kid that was on my undercards. It just happens, you know what I mean? And, like, 2 weeks after training and getting beat up every single day, I had my first fight. I had my first fight after only 2 weeks of training, you know, and I sparred almost every day. You know, I was on a mission to, like, if this don't kill me, then I must be the greatest. And that's what happened. And I just continued on. And of course, more downfalls. Getting, like, taken from Mexico and leaving the country to go to Philadelphia, which is probably one of the toughest cities in the world, and has no real, resources. So it took a long time to actually get exposure, because the only way I can actually get out is by leaving Philadelphia. Once I left Philadelphia and it was completely just done, I'm like, man, I had it. I have to get out of here. You know, like the trenches of oppression is real. And then I got out of there and came to Vegas. It was almost like night and day. Like, it only took me like 2 weeks, and then I blew up.
Once you got to Vegas?
In Vegas,
what,
yeah.
Like, so what was there ever a time in Philly or along the way, like, you're like, this isn't going to work out? Like I mean, you seem like a guy who's visualizing a lot and very, very a lot of self-motivation there, but was there ever a point where you thought, this isn't gonna happen, or did you always stay confident that you could get to this point?
I have like this thing, right, where I have just the smallest seed of faith, you know, just to get me by on some of the biggest trenches in my life. Let me tell you, I would be a liar to tell you that I always believed. I would be a liar if I was to tell you that I never felt like giving up. Giving up has been like one of the biggest factors. Cause like it's like almost every day it seems like you have to wake up and like remember why you started in the first place and believe it. And it's not a whole lot of faith. It's just that little tiny faith to get you over that hump. Cause sometimes it's just like, you know what? Let me just go to sleep. If I could just not kill my self tonight, if I could survive this night, something's going to happen tomorrow. At least the sun is going to rise tomorrow. And that's kind of like what happened in a lot of cases, in a lot of scenarios. When I started boxing in Philadelphia, I was like 4-0 and then nothing for like 3 years. You know, I couldn't get a fight to save my life. Everybody knew I was unbelievably talented. You know, I was hurting everybody that was in the gym. So it's like I couldn't even get sparred, for Christ's sakes. You know, in those times when I'm like at my darkest days, I had to survive. And then even with the whole Golden Boy and this and that and going through this whole legal stuff, and I had to be out for a whole year, whole 2 years. You know, and in my darkest nights, I'm like, look, they're like, oh yeah, you're old. Oh yeah, and this. Oh yeah, and that. It's like everything's telling me that I'm worthless, you know, until I believe, God, it ain't over. It's not over yet. And that's how I got to this point. I got to this point by just waking up that next day and surviving that darkest night.
Blair Cobbs, Blair the Flair, joining us here. He's going to be fighting Adrian Broner June 7th, South Florida. If you want to get to the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, you get this win. I know that you got to focus on Adrian Broner, but what is the next step? Like, what do you imagine? You get this victory, which I'm sure you're very confident that you're going to do. What do you want next? Like, what is the short-term plan for you, I guess, over like the next step after you beat Adrian Broner?
I'm being 100% honest. I'm not overlooking Adrian Broner, so all roads leads to this moment. You know, we can talk about the Terrence Crawfords and the Ennis and all the things that's to happen. You know what I mean? That's inevitably happening. These are things that I've spoke about for years and years and years and years and years. They cannot stop me. They can only slow me down for a second. You know, Golden Boy can't stop me. They can only slow me down for a second. No one can stop me. They can only slow me down for a second. I'm coming, and I'm coming bigger and better than ever before. So, like, right now, only thing I'm thinking about is Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, June 7th, the biggest attraction in boxing history is going to make way. And that's all I got to say about that.
Hey, he's sold you guys. If you guys, after that, don't want to go to the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino on June 7th, I don't know what the hell will. Blair the Flair, Blair Cobbs, thanks so much for the time, man. Really appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me on.